Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 206 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I am your co-host, Reggie. Feeling real
And
good,
it
real great
is.
right now.
I'm glad somebody is. I have had a rough
Season.
I can't remember when it ain't been rough for me. Life ain't
Season
been
had a
no
rough
crystal
season, I
steady.
believe. My brother is the correct
It
verbiage that
continues
you're
to
looking for.
continues to spiral. At no point does it look like I receive any reprieve on this season, Lord. But you
My
keep
man,
your head up, you're a good
whole
soldier.
soccer hat on in the middle of the beginning of the winter. Soccer is a spring sport.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody here continues to only want to give me consistent heartbreak. So, I mean, what is there not to be expected with that? It's like they really want to hurt me as bad as possible. It's not even like there's any care for my existence. It's really, can we just destroy him as much as possible?
Yes, that's what you get. That's what you get, brother. That is what you get. I have no
Jeez.
sympathy, nor do I have anything of what you call remorse. Uh,
That is more than something. Let's say that.
that's more than what?
I said that's more than something. But I guess it's well deserved, maybe. Do I deserve it?
Also, your microphone isn't on. Boy, you went out drinking before? Yeah, we had a false start. We
I
had
thought you. I definitely thought you could hear me. I was more talking about.
I can hear you. It just you sounded like you were not talking
You
into
know,
a microphone.
and the devastation doesn't end. Trey Young sprained MCL. I think at minimum probably 6 to 8 weeks, and especially with reevaluated in 4 weeks. You know what that means?
Yeah, so we're gonna get right into the mic check. I guess we'll go to basketball first. You
Well,
that boy, no. That boy discombobulated over there, ass kickings all week. But yeah, you're right, man.
yes, for the
Is
people
that
listening,
nope? That was
Reggie is laughing, but I'm being serious. As all of my teams have fallen apart. What I've shown on TV or on the stream is Trey Young and his sprained MCL for the Atlanta Hawks.
yeah. So he is going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, which means it's probably 6 weeks before we see Trey.
Maybe.
So you will get your wish of the non-Trey basketball. We will see more Jalen Johnson ball handling, more Nikhil Alexander Walker, and fortunately or unfortunately, more Luke Kennard as one of the primary ball handlers. So
Reggie is being passive aggressive there. Reggie is not the biggest fan of Luke Kennard, if y'all have not figured out.
I disagree. I'm not a big fan of Quinn Snyder. I call him Quinn Cook. Quinn Snyder.
Gonna call him
Quinn Snyder using him as a backup point guard. Using him as a spot up 3-point shooter, he is everything that I wanted. Using him as a point guard, they be waiting at mid court for him. Like, all right.
I don't understand why that was a plan, and I don't understand why people kept pushing that forward. Like, was there a reasonable idea for us to attempt to use? And I think that we're gonna put too much pressure on Dyson to be the lead defender, and at the same time, now they're gonna ask him to basically be the facilitator of the offense.
So Dyson still has some growing up to do as the ball handler. He still is going to have to he just looks like somebody that is a young point guard coming and hasn't really played a lot of point guard. He has the ability to guard the point guard position, but his shot is so bad, and he really doesn't have a layup package outside of the floater.
Yeah, that scoop floater, but I wish he would be a little bit more confident in just trying to dunk on people instead of always trying to lay it up.
Well, that's always been my issue. That's kind of been my issue with Jalen Johnson too. Now, Jalen
They're
Johnson
very similar in that.
tries to do too much playmaking, but Jalen, as of recently, I guess he's just decided to dunk on a lot of people. So he's been dunking kind of crazy, but his shot has gotten better. I just need for Dyson Daniels, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is what they're doing, trying to see what it's like without Trey. And if Dyson, Nikhil Alexander Walker, and whoever you would bring in for a trade for Trey can play the point guard position, then yeah, that would work. But as of now, I like Nikhil Alexander Walker, but he's better at attacking.
He's a little bit more athletic than I initially kind of anticipated.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a little bit less athletic. I thought he was going to be more of a kind of stand and shoot. Nah, he actually does a pretty solid job of attacking the basket. And I think if he feel like he can get you, he will.
Yeah. He's cut down on the threes. I know you said he's gotten better, and this is all related to the Trae Young conversation. But he has to go. It's like he decides, okay, my shot ain't falling in the first and second quarter. All right, second half, I'm going to the rim every time. And I'm like, bro, if you just do that from the beginning of the game, you would be fantastic.
Right. Just play more the Devin Booker style, see what you can get, and shoot some free throws.
Yeah.
Because we don't shoot enough free throws.
Well, that's part of what you miss from Trey is whether you like it or not, he can still draw fouls.
100%.
And Trey's like an 89-90% free throw shooter.
So it is a gimme every time he gets to the bucket. The only thing well, go ahead.
Oh, and we against Cleveland, for example, I think we lost by like 6-7 points. We missed like 10-12 free throws. We had 7 missed free throws in the first half. So it was like you missed. I think a lot of people underestimated the stability that Trey brings to the offense, whether or not you call him a ball stopper and all of those things. He still brings a little bit of stability. And I think with him being out 4 to 6 weeks, you'll start to see the team kind of get what I can get back in to understand how to play together, because the ball does move a lot more, but we're missing that stability right now.
There's not a sticking point. There's everybody has to be a little bit more active on offense because there's not specifically one guy who's running the offense. So the best thing that you can do is hopefully get a mismatch and kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah. Other surprises are Mo Gay. He's added weight.
Active.
And he's wild crazy. When it comes, yeah. Active is the best way that you could say he ain't laying the ball up no more. All that Clint Capella leaving it on the rim.
No,
absolutely not. Dunking the ball.
I like that they will put a iteration out there where you might just have 3 bigs. And I think the other teams, that's a disadvantage to them is you're kind of used to playing matchup. So the person who you are trying to attack is either your size or smaller. When we play with 3 bigs, it really makes it difficult on people to try to score. And it kind of slows down their offense because it's not a person you can athletically pick on.
I like Okongwu and Chris Stapps. That's an interesting combination. That Mo Gay, Okongwu, Jalen Johnson, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Dyson Daniels, and then a fifth, whichever that fifth is, whether it's Mo Gay, Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Kennard.
If you're playing offense on that, you have to make good passes. Because if you start making lazy passes, you will watch Jalen dunk on your face 4 times in a row.
And Dyson Daniels will rip you at half court, which is what we really saw against Cleveland. Cleveland was kind of discombobulated without a point guard. Even Lonzo, when he was there, was good. It's just Donovan Mitchell, man. His shot has become automatic.
excuse me, is his shot and the fact that, and I knew it was going to be tough for us, was as we have these guys who we're giving the ball to and going to have to do more facilitation, you're going to have more turnovers in the beginning until they get comfortable. So you're just going to have to play better defense. We have done a better job of getting back versus when we first started the season, we were getting crushed in transition. But for us to play better in transition, everything else has kind of worked pretty well. But I know you have to bear with some Dyson Daniels turnovers. I assume probably some Jalen Johnson turnovers.
Not really. Not really. Jalen doesn't have a lot of turnovers. Ricochet doesn't have a lot of turnovers. It's Luke Kennard and Dyson Daniels. Luke Kennard's handle ain't as good as it should be, but he's actually really good going to the rim. But Luke Kennard, Dyson Daniels, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are making the best passes. Even entry passes are difficult right now to even get it to Porzingis. Speaking of Porzingis,
I knew you was. Ooh, come on! All right,
he ain't bad. He ain't bad now. He ain't bad off the bench. 12, 10, and 5 off the bench is kind of what you need from the center position.
That's cool, but you know how I feel. What does it cost? I keep looking at Porzingis like, I don't know exactly how much money you're gonna want next year, but it cannot be a lot.
It's not. It's no.
See, right? It's cool
on my discussion board.
Yeah, but see, that's in the back of my head. Anytime I'm looking at Kristaps Porzingis, like, okay, he, depending on how he feels like he played, is depending on how much money he's going to ask for. I don't think that he's played starter level basketball, so I don't think that he should be asking for more than $25 million.
It's hard for him to stay healthy. Like, and not that I said it before.
You mean it's hard for him not to fall down?
No, he don't really even fall down a lot. He flails like that. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That flailing, that rate, and then hey, I hate that with a passion, dog.
That's his go-to though.
So much.
And that gets him to the line. That is,
it's so soft. It's so terrible on basketball to me, and how it looks. There we go. That's better. I couldn't fix my collar, Lord. It's so terrible to how to, and it's frustrating because you don't want to like it, but it's like Trey and James Harden. It's such a settling factor because whenever anybody get a little crazy, all I got to do is be 7'2" and flail.
But this is the thing, like his arms are so long that he gets it every time.
Every time.
It's like I could only imagine if you're trying to play defense on that. As soon as you stick your arm in there, his 7-foot arm sweep shores in there. Okay, well, foul. He gonna make the free throws 90-something% of the time.
He's like a 7-foot version of Jimmy Butler. That's what Jimmy Butler does. I hated watching Jimmy Butler in Miami. I'm glad he's on the West Coast, so I ain't gotta watch him no more. I think he's a really good player and all of the things. But man, he is annoying when he is not on your team. Now, I got to say something good about Kristaps. You got to too. Kristaps as a help defender.
Yeah, 8 feet tall. He's right there.
Right, he be getting like 3-4 blocks. Bow, 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 bow.
It's like a karate chop. He's like, no, we're not doing that, brother. Get that out of here. I like the activity of the bigs for the most part.
Man, we got to figure out. And that's the conundrum with Trey. You need him because he can definitely be the other passer. But he's got to be able to shoot more than 29% from 3 or whatever you shoot.
That is the problem I ain't want to bring up. That
can't happen if you're going to be the point guard and the shooter on the team. I know Luke Kennard is supposed to be there. Dallas about to get beat.
I think the other part is he ain't the shooter. And people want to compare him to Trae Young so much they want to say, oh, he's a shooter. Trae, for the most part, has been a pretty average shooter in the NBA. He just shoots from far away so people get excited about it. And I get that. But if you're trying to win games, that don't matter.
Well, it's streaky. And I think that's the issue with me is that's why I don't consider everybody good shooters or great shooters. I consider everybody good. Most NBA players against regular humans are great shooters. But
I'm talking about in general, but yeah.
In NBA, was frustrating, and I fought for Trey, the first couple years, and then we had conversations, and I started digging into the percentages, and I was like, hey man, he had like 32% for his career, and at that point, it's like, all right, man, if you gonna be a 6-foot point guard, you got to be able to hit the three. And he won't do it because he guess he can't really play without the ball. But he really could be Steph Curry on this team.
He could,
really
and I really don't understand why he doesn't press the issue more. It would take more responsibility off him, and I think he would get better shots if he was playing off the ball, because it would suck to have to chase him around
and shoot. And then he could shoot, and then we're setting elevator screens for him coming. Like, you can't really stick with him if he would do that, man. Because his passing ability is still fire.
Yeah,
he would be
and
crazy.
I feel like it will up his passing ability too, because him moving already in a direction and you having to catch him, react, and try to defend that. Oh my God. But
with Mo Gay slashing, running the baseline, Mo Gay be running that baseline, bro, and he will dunk on you. I still hate that we need a backup point guard. I still hate that.
I guess they're just going to play Veet, and Veet ain't bad. Veet is a guy that's tough to not like, but I would probably want a little bit more.
Putting that. Tough not to like. Very easy.
He's everything to like. Great contract, 4 years minimum. We're never going to have to pay him more than the absolute minimum. He can kind of pass. He can kind of shoot. He's tall and lanky. He don't play a lot of defense, but he get in the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'8". That's really his calling card is he's 6'8".
Right.
But, and if he could just play better defense, I would put him back. I'd have no problem putting him at the backup point guard. Because now I got 6'8", 6'8", 6'6", 6'10", 6'11".
My only thing with him is I think he's more of like a pass linker than what I would consider like an offense initiator. So
he's definitely a hockey assist guy.
Yeah. But to have him run the offense, I don't trust him that much.
No. I wouldn't need him. I need you to be tall. You ain't got to run
that is what he is.
Give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Right.
Or
get out of the way.
Or really Jalen. Really, I mean, Jalen ain't gonna be on the court, but really, I would give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
I just like that when Jalen gets the ball, he is trying to find the other rim as fast as he possibly can.
23, 13, and 5 against Cleveland. Again, Donovan Mitchell 37 and 8. And the Hawks got to do something about these slow starts. You put
yourself in a bad position every time.
Yeah.
Right.
And our second and third quarters be phenomenal. We outscore everybody in the second and third quarter. Or at least the second quarter. And we be phenomenal.
A minute into the game, Quinn is calling timeout talking about wake the fuck up. Bro, that's you.
10-0.
Why is your team no 16-2. 12-0 versus
turnovers.
The
there were a lot of turnovers. You can't blame that on Quinn. There was a lot of bad turnovers, terrible turnovers.
Which one? Against the Nets or against the Cavs?
Against Cleveland. The Nets too. But Cleveland, we started the game off with like 6 turnovers. And they went up 16-2.
Quinn, you have to figure out how to get your team ready to start the game. Pissing away 10, 12 points. For a game, you'll be fighting for that. You'll be fighting back the whole game to get back, to get into it, because you started out down 12.
Yeah, I hope the Hawks, and we can move on. I don't want to, because we have to talk about the greatest World Series I've ever seen in my life. But the Hawks have to get their 3-point shooting percentage better. Ironically, Jalen Johnson is one of our better 3-point shooters, and Onyeka Okongwu.
That means they ain't shooting enough.
That means we ain't shooting.
And stop throwing Okongwu the ball at the end of the shot clock and being like, I'm like, he made that shot, and I was like, whose idea was that? You can't do that.
Yeah, but I think again we've only played 7 games, or 3 and 4. We didn't play any preseason games together. So, essentially the first 10 games of the season, October, is us feeling each other out, and Trey's hurt. So we don't even have a full complement of a team. So, and Jalen Johnson didn't play every game. So, I can tell that they're doing a lot of load management with Jalen Johnson. They're trying to figure it out early. And Muhammad Gay is still on a
He got to play more minutes than Veet. That's my only thing.
I think he's on a
Gay
minutes restriction. He's got because he don't ever play in the second half.
Unrestrict him.
Well,
unrestricted minutes.
He had a broken back. So
I mean, that's been 12 months though by now, right?
Your back, spinal.
Spinal.
I don't care. That he's gonna be on a minutes restriction probably until the new year. They may not say it, but it doesn't make sense because he'll have 13 and 5 in like 12 minutes, and then they don't play him no more. And I'd be like, oh, okay. So
I think that we're also getting closer to you're gonna have to play the players that are good versus more of your lineup and your rotation, Quinn, because we haven't been dominant enough for you to just to kind of wing it. That guy's playing well. He needs to be on the floor.
Yep. So I think we play Orlando tomorrow. I am keeping my eye out on that team because they are having rumors of foolishness that I don't understand. And normally I don't say them because y'all say vet the source and it's only one person. I think that's fake. Well, now I've seen it on TV, I've seen it on the internet, and I've seen it on the phone, and they all saying the same thing. Hey, Paolo's getting paid a lot of money to shoot this poorly. And Orlando, every 20 years, does the same thing. Shaq, White, Paolo.
Yeah, you better be careful. You don't want to because all of those guys are good. All of those guys you should have kept. Not one of those guys should you have let walk out of the door by hook or by crook. You should have made sure that they, even the White and his whole situation. He get chipped till later. Y'all should have kept him. Yeah.
I mean, Shaq didn't get a chip till later. Like and both of them took you to the Eastern Conference final. I mean, to the finals.
Right.
Shit,
and
y'all better
Hall
put
of
some
Famers,
respect on Dwight. Ain't no way he
we
got
all
75
believe,
either. But
y'all get rid of Wendell Carter. The man told you, why is he still here?
He sucks, bro. Said that on national TV. But we can move on to the greatest. Listen, playoff baseball may be unrivaled in terms of the World Series. The World Series is always good. I don't know if it's hook or crook. I ain't gonna say what it is or not because sports betting and gambling, we are back in the 20s.
This one was everything you could have asked for and more. Multi super inning games.
The Dodgers beat not the Braves. Braves won't even
right.
The Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 4-3 in what is many are saying is the best World Series of all time, definitely of recent history. Game 7. Actually, didn't they have one game go like 16 innings?
Yes, that was on the Monday when I came back. That was game 3. And I got home and I was like, cool, I try to watch some of this. And that turned into inning 11. 11 turned to 13. And I just cut it off. I was like, I'm going to bed. And then I think it ended up being an 18.
Every time I went to cut it off, somebody would do something.
Right.
And it'd be like, oh, first and third, second and third. And then strikeout, pop out. You'd be like, damn, how did that happen? And I just kept, and I was like, man, I was like, once I got to like inning 12, I was like, I'm committed now. I got to see it through. I was texting y'all. I was like, y'all might not
I have
be
been traveling so much. I was like, and you know how in your head, you're like, well, it's over anyway. How wrong I was. You wake up like, what the hell happened?
Man. So then you go there and shout out, hey man, again, shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to their.
I wanted them to lose so bad, but the World Series was so good, you can't be mad about it.
Bruh. And they didn't play game 7, they ain't put no relievers in the game. They played their whole rotation, including in game 6, they played Clayton Kershaw. And look, they spent $1 billion on 2 players from Japan. And for the last 2 World Series, they are the MVPs.
Right. You got your money's worth.
You got a league MVP, a World Series MVP, and you made all your money back.
Hey, deferred interest works. Surprise, surprise. They had a plan. They worked a plan. It was successful
to perfection. And everybody you gave them worked out. Freddie is the best stabilizing force they have on that team. Whenever they in trouble, Freddie come out there, and Mookie Betts is just Mr. Utility Man. If I'm not being good at the plate, then I'm good in the outfield. If I'm not playing outfield, I shift to third base.
But also always checked in. Not like, hey, I'm not playing great, so I'm going to go cry in the corner. Nah, I'm going to try to still be a really good baseball player. And we was trying to get out of there for that last game. For the last game, we're like, all right, as soon as this is over, we'll move around. And then, like you said, play after play after play. So you just get to a point like, all right, well, we locked in.
If I was Toronto, you as a fan, it seemed to me Game 7 seemed inevitable that the Dodgers were going to win. When they subbed in that outfielder in the 11th inning, and then he makes the catch of the series.
Right.
The
play at the plate. The play at the plate. I was sure he was safe. I knew he was safe.
I knew he was out. Because didn't that come after the catch? Yeah.
Man, I'm still not 100% sure.
No, I've watched that. You can make that the cover of the podcast. I watched the whole thing. It was unfortunate.
It's a nice way to put it. Surely it was a nice way.
Bruh.
And I feel so bad for the dude who gave up the home run, because you could tell he was just annihilated.
That was the young pitcher who struck out Ohtani and had shout out, hey man. This is why I think this shit is WWE. They had Drake at the game. He was trolling the Dodgers pitchers. The Dodgers, he trolled Ohtani.
Get on out of there, brother. Lay it on down. It's an unfortunate series of events for you. And this was the one I just knew you was going to get your get back. It's Toronto versus LA. They had this massive win in this super long game. It's Game 7. And then the entire world brings up everything about you, and all the jokes are back. Not great.
And they had it queued up. They not like us. All y'all that said y'all sick of that song, they ran that back immediately.
Right. Then they also right. And then suddenly all of the things that you have that even were good. So I saw the people do the LA back to back. I'm like, damn, you can't use his stuff against him. That is not nice. That is unfortunate. And just L's across the board.
Life of being a troll, Sheldon. Life of being a troll.
Where's the music? Where's Iceman? That's what we need. That's what you need right now.
I don't care about Iceman. We still ain't got that album.
Yeah, but sometimes you see somebody like, brother, I can just tell you need a W right now. And he in fact needs a W.
He knows it. That's why we ain't got the album. He gotta make sure this is a slap from beginning to end.
With that being said, somebody else who deserves an opportunity. Rookie of the year here. We're talking about Drake Baldwin, Braves catcher, Rookie of the Year finalist. I really hope he wins this. And we've kind of hit,
if I'm not mistaken, Cade Horton is the guy or Durbin, or maybe it's Durbin. One of them pitchers, both of those pitchers.
Don't get me to lying.
All right, we'll go. I'll look it up while you.
I appreciate that we've done pretty well with the rookies. Mike Harris, what's your boy with the quads? I can't think of his name right now. Strider, and then come back with Drake Baldwin.
Said the quad, you mean his calf?
All the above, but
it's Caleb Horton. It's gonna be Cade Horton,
right?
11-4, 2.6 ERA, 97 strikeouts, 1.08 WHIP. Yeah, I love Drake Baldwin, but we suck. We ain't made the playoffs, right?
He was really good though.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cade Horton, but I mean, at least we made with Drake Baldwin. It looks like we've gotten our catcher situation
right. That's the more important thing to me. Do I want him to win no award? Absolutely. But us continuously having guys that are in the Rookie of the Year conversation is really important for us future facing, especially with the other part about this. couple hours ago, the Braves hired Walt Weiss as the manager. He's been the bench coach. I don't know exactly how I feel about this. I'm interested to hear how Reggie feels about this. Yep.
I blame this on Raheem. I would have been cool with this if Raheem was fine. If Raheem had been a decent coach,
Right.
I'd have been like, cool, bring him back. Familiar faces for continuity is normally what you need to do. I am off of that bandwagon. Bring in fresh faces. The Dodgers brought in fresh everything every year.
The Atlanta spin the blockers. If we like you, we'll just keep you around forever.
I hope he's good, but to me,
more the same.
It's like hiring Raheem. It was like, you interviewed Belichick, Vrabel, for culture change, Harbaugh, and then we went with the familiar face. It seems very similar,
and the culture stays the same, and we don't have the best culture, so.
We got Snicker. We was frustrated with Snicker for a while. And now we
every year, you know what you got to do. You got to wait for Snicker to have the coming to God conversation, and it kept happening earlier and earlier until it was time for him to go.
You know what Walt White should do to make me would make me happy? Bring back Warren Washington. If he wants to come back, if he's available,
and Eric Young,
bring them back. And if they are, and that would go along with, because I'd be like, oh, okay, so we try to get back 2021 World Series. I see the philosophy.
You want to run that old LSU, bring back the old players.
Bring back everybody, man. And get some pitching.
Chipper Jones is the hitting coach. I think I've requested that every week. We need to make that happen. That's
small ball. We can win with small ball. Gets you wins until you play the Dodgers. Then they hit home runs over and over and over again. Do we miss anything else in pregame?
Man, I wanted them to lose so bad. That's how you know they were destined to win. The fact that I wanted them to, well, not necessarily. I want a lot of people to lose this weekend. That did not go fantastic. But overall, everything is great. I don't know if I love this. I don't know if I love this manager selection. I'm pretty sure that I don't. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Hopefully they spend some money.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame. Are we going to go straight to HBCU, or you want to take a 30-second break?
No. We're going to take a 30-second break. We're going to come back and do HBCU.
News around the culture. Y'all, please follow, like, subscribe, share. Go ahead and share the link. Throw it on Instagram. Throw it on YouTube. Go it on TikTok. We are on a road to 1,000 followers. We need 1,000 followers on TikTok so that we can go live on TikTok too, because they be talking real stupid on TikTok, and I love to talk to stupid people when they don't know what they're talking about. So please let us go live on TikTok. What were you about to say?
Yes, I was agreeing with you, and I hate that I still have to wait another week because of Indiana football, but we're gonna get there. And when they fall,
wait to the playoffs, big dog.
Which is the problem, but all in due time. All in due time.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 206 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. That is correct. 206 of those things, and no better place to start than historic Black college universities.
With our powers combined, we are your HBCU homeboys. We will start off with our HBCU news around the culture, followed by football and NFL. You have a chance if you're listening to this on the playback on Thursdays, Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it comes out. Go back and listen to the mic check. We had our basketball discussion about the Atlanta Hawks. Talked about the greatest World Series I've ever seen in my life. And then we also kind of had just some miscellaneous discussions how it all went with Drake. So with that being said, let's start out with our news around the culture, HBCU news around the culture. We're going to start off with MEAC scores. Shout out to Delaware State, Norfolk State. They had a game last Thursday. We talked about it briefly on Saturday Morning Live. Delaware State beats Norfolk State 27-20 in Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, where they had 47,000 people show up. Shout out to 757 and MEAC Country, Mid-Atlantic Country. 47,000 people traveled to Philly on a Thursday to support these two in a great game. So I'll say that was one of the best things of this weekend for me.
And it wasn't just necessarily like the game. They made this like a full weekend. You got a ton of Allen Iverson participation, which I appreciate. But overall, just a well done thing.
And it's not supposed to like the Eagles because we're Falcons fans and they're in the NFC. They have made the right move in every aspect of sports, of the sport of football, for the last 3 years. Everything, including this. Because you remember, this wasn't supposed to happen in Philly. This was scheduled to happen in Delaware or Norfolk. I can't remember which one. It was a home game. And Philly stepped up when asked about it and said, yeah, these are two of our Philly alumni. Come on out here. You'll play here. Put on a great show. Let me tell you, it got chippy. Did you watch the game? It got super chippy in that game.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch this one. But from what I heard, Norfolk, this was their best showing, and the defense played hard.
Far. And defense what?
I said the defense played hard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But I mean, Delaware State looks unstoppable running the ball. Like against anybody. It don't matter if it's FCS ranked, unranked.
And that just gives you so much control as far as time management. It's going to be tough to beat them.
And they actually started throwing the ball in this game. And I was like, nah, if they can figure out how to throw the ball when they rushing for 300 yards a game, that ain't something you going to want to see. But Norfolk State also is on the right move, too. They lost, and they're, of course, I think they're 0-2 in the SWAC, 1-6 for the year. I want to say something like that, 1-7. But they are on the right track for sure. He just got to make sure he gets some stability. He'll be good to go.
Right. Y'all got to go out and continue to spend money and support that program. Mike in Norfolk, it's going to be a long off season, but yeah, you just got to hit it early and continue to recruit.
Go ahead and slander Hampton, dog. I would dirty Mac Hampton.
Jesus, not by any means.
They about to fire everything. Coach, AD,
that's
athletic trainers, all of them gone. So, but yeah, so that was a good game. Morgan State played South Carolina State and almost completed the comeback.
Right at the very end of the game.
South Carolina State, you always gonna be bad at Morgan. South Carolina State jumped out to a 21-0 lead on this game, but then Morgan State comes back at the end of the game, but only to fall. Sounds familiar. That may be the theme of the entire show, is only to fall.
Right.
Almost there.
Maybe the ball hit the grass. Maybe we're not
I
even
got
sure.
zingers all night.
Are we
brother.
sure that the ball? Man, okay. This is one thing that you cannot do. You cannot go down by 21 points to South Carolina State. That absolutely cannot happen. 20 points in the fourth quarter is surely admirable. But my thing with Morgan is y'all haven't gotten it done all season with all of the MEAC All-Americans. And what does that really mean after looking at this season and last season?
I mean, it looks like stability. I mean, it's a good job. It's a good job to have because you don't have any expectations to beat. Now, what you can't do is let Norfolk State and Delaware beat y'all.
Right.
You let them run right past
the other part is if you play that role, that's cool until somebody else pops up. And it's only a matter of time.
Dallas is getting cooked. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. So shout out to Chinnis. Chinnis keeps cooking. He keeps cooking. South Carolina.
I'd see this as a problem too. I can't imagine that if you keep winning at this level, there's not something else that's presented to you soon. Right?
Well, racism. So that's always prevalent in this country. So because there's been a lot of coaches in the FBS level. Some of them just got fired. They ain't never been really good. So complexion for protection, I guess. North Carolina Central.
Move right. Reggie on hell today, y'all. Let me tell y'all straight
celebratory French connection. That's why.
Oh, and why he sips. North Carolina Central beats Howard, thank the Lord, 35-14, a successful butt whooping from beginning to end. Howard only put up 14 in the third quarter, and with the outside of that, there was nothing. Central off the schneid. Right.
You knew that was going to happen.
And they came right back at it and let y'all know, hey, we still play football here.
Yeah, Central got to it, jumped on them early. And that was that. Harris had 321 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 to Spikes, which is wild. And I'm sorry, I said South Carolina State went on 21-0 run. I meant North Carolina Central. South Carolina State let a 20-0 rally happen against Morgan. Yeah, North Carolina Central got to throw. They started throwing the ball down the field again, and them little dinks and dunks. They abandoned all of that. They got the all MEAC running back. Cool, but we like to push the ball down the field in Durham. So that's what they did, and tight on y'all, Howard. Not that we really care, but
yeah, the last people that I'm gonna care about at cry or boohoo. Moving right on to the swag here. What is going on with the world, man?
So, what are we talking about first? We talking about is it? I can't see this the first. Oh, Grambling versus Alabama A&M.
Yes. Well, I was gonna let you pick either FAMU, you guys in Southern, or Jackson State and Grambling in both situations.
Jackson State and Grambling was last week. Oh, that's last week.
Hold on.
But anyway, I'll talk us through till you get the graphic. I'll talk us through. So week 10 of the SWAC games, Alabama A&M versus Grambling, in a rock fight. T-Set hurt with a concussion, 13-10. Alabama A&M has scored 20 points in the last 2 weeks. They've allowed 69 to be exact. When you allow that much, there's really no way that you can come back. There's no way that you can win those games. So that's tight. Battle at the bottom. We'll get there. Hey yo. Jackson State put belt to ass against FAMU. 41-16. In Tallahassee. See, fam.
At least it wasn't homecoming.
This is what y'all get for talking a whole lot of trash about beating a 1-8 Southern University team and thinking y'all back on top because you beat them by 6 points. No, brother.
That boy took that personally.
SWAC, and we are at the bottom. So you can't be happy being the bottom feeder. I'll call y'all the FAMU catfish. That's what y'all are. But Jackson State got right back on after losing. Did you watch this game? Jackson State whooped their ass from beginning to end.
No, I think this is another situation where if he continues to win at this clip, you think he's just going to stay at Jackson as well?
Hey, man, racism has been here for 400 years.
But I think you're picking up what I put him down though is we have a bunch of guys who are coaching football at a high level.
Yes.
So do you think that will these jobs be presented to at these guys at all, or do you think they're just kind of handicapped at where they are at HBCU level football?
I think they're gonna have to go the Willie Simmons route. I think, and I don't know. Remember, he's younger, so I don't know if Chinnis is willing to go back to being a coordinator, even if he moves up. Jackson State, TC. I mean, he from there. I mean, that's unless you give me a job at like Southern Miss, that's gonna be hard to leave. Like to leave your home. I would love for them to get the opportunity. I don't foresee it happening, but I'm not gonna say it won't. I think they're overly qualified. I think they're better than most coaches in the FCS.
That is my thing is I think that especially a lot of these FCS schools who are just kind of cycling through people and they have no stability in program should be reaching out.
Just roaches.
And I mean, and it's so much foolishness inside of that. Yeah, I think that especially once you get a guy with an HBCU, because just notoriously we're better at doing more with less. I think only makes the most sense to me, but also I don't know if people make the right decision or not.
Yeah, but I mean they better do something soon because Bethune on the way back too. 42-34 over the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. If you want to look at Bethune, I think they won like 2 or 3 straight now. They are right in the midst of the SWAC East.
5-4, 4-1 in the SWAC. It's a very successful season for them. 4-1 in the SWAC for Bethune is kind of crazy.
They can still make it to the SWAC championship game.
And Mississippi Valley State played a hell of a game. It's not even to the situation where it's like either one of these teams played terrible.
But I will say this. So Bethune-Cookman goes to play Grambling this week. I need y'all's graphic department to do a little better job presenting the graphics to play Grambling. I know that they call their stadium the Hole.
Oh my God.
You guys can't, the captions, listen, I'm all for a good lewd joke. That ain't the place for it.
Yo, y'all missed this man threw this right in the group chat today. And I just scroll letter in the hole. Whoa. Out of control.
Who's gonna jump in first? I think is what it said, or whatever holes, or something crazy. Like I was like, nah, Bethune. I know you're not that naive, and I know I'm not that immature.
You have people of varying degrees and age groups. Somebody had to be like, "Whoa, this is inappropriate," but it was funny nonetheless. Hilarious.
In 2 games that were surprising. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 games that were surprising and 1 game that was frustrating. Real quick, Alcorn State upset Texas Southern at home, 33-14. We have just been praising Texas Southern for how well they played. They got smoked.
You can count on nothing being consistent in this conference.
They were like Alcorn's like 1-4.
Right. Just knew. Yeah, Texas Southern gonna get it done. Alcorn hasn't played consistently all season. 33-14.
And I mean, from the get-go, it ain't like they scored 14-0 and they scored. Even if they did 14-0,
scored every quarter. 7, 10, 9. Hey, we coming. Our offense will be here early and often.
Yeah, it ain't nothing you can really do. That sounds like 5 possessions to me. You only get about 7 per game. You get 5 scores. So
can't win like that. Can't win with them.
Especially Texas Southern, who's supposed to be a defensive squad. So shout out to Alcorn. Y'all gonna beat Southern. I ain't.
Yeah, let's go right on to it, man. What's going on with your boys, man?
Alabama State and Prairie View have the game of the week. That's the last. That'll be the last game we talk about. I don't even want to talk about it. As Booster said, I'm gonna get mad.
I look like wait. Go ahead.
Alabama State beats Prairie View 31-28 at home in a battle of contenders for the SWAC East and West.
My head
I
hurts.
think Prairie View is still atop the SWAC West with Texas Southern losing. I think all of the SWAC West lost, except for Pine Bluff, and we don't worry about them. So, shout out to Alabama State. They keep, hey man, I don't know. They because they lost to Jackson, I don't think they can make it to the SWAC championship unless Jackson loses again, which is possible, I guess. But they look good, man. Alabama State's gonna go to the playoffs.
Right. And I'm gonna give some credit where credit is due. Even in this loss, Prairie View stuck with it to the very end. They didn't get whooped. I think that Tremaine Jackson is probably gonna have a very solid first season.
He'll be there for 3 years. Now he is one. He's got because he's coached at Valdosta State. He's coached at a PWI. So now it's like I can coach at Valdosta State. I can coach at HBCU, University of Houston. Somebody gonna fire somebody up there around the Southwest soon. LSU, they ain't gonna go get them, but I mean LSU firing people, and they, it is what it is.
So you say 2 years for him, and he at
2 more,
basically have
3
like
more.
this.
I don't see it. I don't see him staying long, unless he just loves Houston. But then University of Houston will get him. It's something gonna happen because Houston is gonna be rated. All right,
because they still top 25. Go ahead, man.
What the fuck, man? Southern University loses to the Golden Lions of Arkansas. Arkansas, with all the letters in their damn name, Pine Bluff Agricultural A&M University. Southern lost 40-21. And I told y'all, I said, hey, man, Pine Bluff scored 70-something points on that team. Now, I don't care who they playing. They scored 70-something points. Southern went out there and just laid down. I ain't never seen such a collective group of people. I didn't even have to know where you were from to know that you didn't like the whole alumni, supporters, anybody that had anything to do with South Louisiana is pissed off at Southern, bro. It is mind-boggling. Losing against Arkansas Pine Bluff is terrible. That's the worst thing you can.
That's when people wonder if you have control of the program anymore. They start looking at you like you've let this thing get out of hand.
Who is you? They fired people already.
I will say across the board, Louisiana is wilding right now.
It's a rough week.
I'm talking about everywhere. Pelicans, Saints, LSU, Southern. I guess. I mean, is there
Grambling
no limit? No limit.
They only beat another Louisiana people. Cash Money. Shit, that was Louisiana on Louisiana crime.
Right.
McNeese State suck. UL suck. They gotta lose their whole damn program at UL. I don't know, man. Look, man, make some gumbo.
Send Billy, man.
Yeah, whatever. You can keep him. But shit. This was a fun week, man. Next week is gonna be fun. We are now getting into the rivalry portions of HBCU seasons. So you got the Bayou Classic coming up. You got a Florida Classic. You gonna all the November games, Thanksgiving games. That's really what we're looking forward to. This is now the month of pageantry for Southern. This is all about the band now. We could just punt the ball every time.
That was FAMU's band that looked crazy yesterday, or excuse me, Saturday
on the field.
Yeah,
when they did the Stevie Wonder. Yeah, they always do something like that. That's why they march 600 people. They always do. They throw the football, all of that stuff.
Yes, right. Or the bicycle. That's the other one. There's always a bicycle involved.
Or hanging up the phone or something like that. But other than that, we've come to the end of HBCU news around the culture. I think we're gonna take a quick second. I'm gonna get me some ice and figure out why my executive producer is still awake yelling.
Hey, because the show is on. Hey, Pops.
Then we will be back with
Come on, we're
NCAA
coming back
football.
with, man. Coming right on
NCAA
back with
football, the NFL football.
the fiasco.
We'll be right back.
Enjoy
My
it,
one
brother.
and only win for this weekend. My only one.
Oh, I was about to say yours, not mine.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for our football segment of episode 206 of the Splashcast. I just had to sing because it's a victory Monday for me. We're here with our NCAA football update where we talk about SEC football, ACC football, Big 10, and Big 12 accordingly. We're going to start right off. We're going to jump right in because I've been depressed about everything else. The Georgia Bulldogs squeak out a fifth straight victory over the Florida Gators, 24-20, behind Chauncey Bowen's game-winning 30-yard touchdown run against Florida, the team that he was previously committed to, and then flipped to Georgia 2 weeks before National Signing Day and is now in the running for Freshman of the Year. How you feel about this game, man? Did you watch it?
I did. Wire to wire. It was a lot. Number one, Billy's gone. And I'm just thankful for that. Now that Billy is gone, we've moved into a new place. We're trying to figure out exactly what we have as a team. Billy Gonzalez, little known coach. He's been there through 3 different regimes. This was his first time as a head coach. I think we played okay. I appreciate us going to ball early, staying with him consistently. I would have liked to see a little bit more vertically from the offense. But I think we looked about as good as we could, minus losing to the refs.
Well, I don't want to losing to the refs. I would say this is the best I've seen DJ Lagway look in a while. I didn't even know he was that athletic. I thought he was like big and like
Nah,
like a lumberjack. Like he like I can't think of the word to describe how you like not an oaf, but like
he's got
lumbering. I guess.
Yeah, he's nah. He's athletic.
He put that. I said, "Oh my god!"
He loves that move too. That's his, or he likes to stiff arm you. I still want to see less of that though. I just want you to stay in the pocket and throw the ball, brother. But in certain cases, he could. But I think it looks better than like the execution because you're like, oh well, he's athletic, but did he get the first down? No.
He did that against us twice. He ran for 30 yards and like 15.
Yeah, but I'm
then
talking
they did
about
it
like
again, and then y'all got stopped on fourth down.
Right.
But
then the play at the end, you're like, I would just rather him linger in the pocket, throw the ball deep. But I'm happy mostly.
I'll say that y'all's offense, Florida's offense, looked much better throwing the ball down the field. I was surprised that y'all offensive line couldn't run the ball. Like I thought Ball was gonna have a big day. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going crazy. I thought Ball was gonna have a big day, and he had a decent day. But after like the first half, I think y'all scored 10 points in the first half, 10 points in the second half, but I think they all came in the first 3 quarters or something like that. After that,
I wasn't super surprised by that. I know, at least we had like the extra week because of the bye to kind of implement an offense, but it's not a ton you can do from where we were to, to kind of where we got. I appreciated the way that we play. I appreciated him going for it on fourth down. I've tried to second guess myself a couple times on that, whether or not they should have kicked that field goal. But either way, I'm okay with what we did on Saturday.
Yeah. Now, Georgia. This is
y'all could have got beat. Y'all could have got beat.
Well, we did. This is week 3. I gotta say, Mike Bobo called a hell of a game. Again, outside of maybe like the second quarter, until the last drive. But that first part of the second quarter, we bubble screened the hell out of the game. But outside of that, I mean, you getting Zachariah Branch involved. Shout out to Noah Thomas, another 6'5" receiver that I didn't know we had. Well, I knew we had.
Branch is solid. Branch is very solid.
Branch is good. They got Bell involved. Nate Frazier toted the rock for basically the whole game until Bowens came in as the finisher, as the closer. The way that they use Bowens is the way that the damn Falcons should have used Algier. Bring him in the third quarter when everybody tired and just run over everybody. That's what we need to do. On 3rd and 7, we hadn't called this play the whole game, and it is the Georgia signature. It was 3rd and 7 to end the game. Well, to basically make y'all use y'all timeouts. And we ran that toss sweep, the Georgia toss sweep, and Bowens went right. I was like, oh, well, this game over with. And Bobo called that. Bobo called. I got to give it to him. I got to have integrity. He's been calling a great 3 or 4 games.
It was a very good game by both teams. The referees are the only thing. So many questionable calls left on the board.
Well, the biggest call, of course, was the whether it was a catch or not. And unfortunately, I think they're going to have to do something about the rule of proving the original call on the field.
Because it was like, oh, it just had to have hit the ground because of what?
The trajectory of the ball. And what I'm saying is if they had called that a catch, they would have left it as a catch. But because they called it an incompletion, they left it as an incompletion.
They had inconclusive. They did not have conclusive evidence. Yeah.
That to me is the flaw. Like if you just, hey, we're gonna review it. We ain't making. I've seen them do this. I've seen NFL and NCAA football. When something happens, they just don't make a call. They just go straight to the previous play is under review, and then they go make the call. They should have done that. What's more alarming is that he was wide open. That was the second. Now that's the part that DJ looked bad. Y'all had 3 plays where there was somebody.
The one at the very end.
Yes, where he missed the seam route. I was like, ooh, that's touchdown.
The kid, that very last play was just.
But
I don't know if it was the smartest play in the world or you a lucky mofo, but whatever it is, it worked out. He jumped that route. And
DeMello? Oh, you talking about for
Yeah.
Georgia? No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean that was situational awareness. We blitzed, like you got to get rid of the ball. And if he threw it to the corner instead of the out route, it was
he was supposed to have deep thirds. He jumped that route.
Yes, he jumped it because we blitzed. That situation, you're supposed to have deep third, but you jumped that because you know that they need a first down, and you know that we blitzing from the other side. So you know you got to get rid of the ball.
So open. You just threw to the wrong guy. That hurt.
The catch, but I mean, also y'all defense was supposed to be those guys, and in the first quarter they were, and then after that, Georgia is some road graders. They just run the ball, and hey man, your man's your Ford truck gunner. He played a good game too. He really didn't make any mistakes.
He did.
His interception wasn't his fault.
He's a little bit more athletic than I thought originally.
He is Stetson Bennett. He is Stetson Aaron Murray. Stetson Aaron Murray Bennett.
Yes.
Stockton.
Yes.
Gunner Stetson Aaron Murray Bennett Stockton. That's exactly who he is.
That could really be one person too.
Yeah.
He's definitely that. But I can't. He did enough. I gotta give credit where credit is.
I wanted them. Listen, Vegas. I know that y'all paid for the under on the spread, but him kneeling at the 1 was so disrespectful.
Why?
That was so disrespectful.
Nobody over there. I'm talking about. That's when you really be ready to throw the remote. You're like, not a soul was over there. He gonna walk. He gonna fell in.
Well, I mean. We literally ran the ball up the middle of the field.
And that's the reason I couldn't even be mad, because I was like, this is perfect. This works 1,000% of the time. The last person you're gonna look for is him.
And then Oscar Delp, Georgia just ran Cormani McClain, although he is smaller, he is a 6'2", 185 DB, but he got ran off the field.
He wrecked him.
Florida, for the first time, just looked smaller than Georgia. Like they looked like even Grums, the defensive end that was a wide receiver, then switched to tight end and he looked good rushing the passer. Yeah. And then Bobo said, all right, this is enough of that. Run the ball. 333. 333. Pass to the tight end.
I think that overall, looking at it, the roster is solid. I think that if you can keep the guys, the majority of these guys, but we have to identify who the coach is. If we don't know who the coach is going to be, putting ourselves in a very, very precarious situation. Speaking of non-precarious situations here.
Yeah. So Ole Miss, they played South Carolina. This
boy continues to win, man.
College football thing, especially in the SEC, is interesting because Florida doesn't have a coach. Ole Miss is probably going to lose their coach. They beat South Carolina, who is now apparently he's on the hot seat. It's going to be,
if y'all put him on the hot seat, you can send him to Florida. I will more than happily take him.
A lot of your Florida fans disagree with you. From what I posted on from the reels,
CD Lamb.
But
right, correct. And do you think that Austin Simmons would go with him if he transferred?
Austin Simmons. Oh, from Ole Miss, from Lane.
Yeah.
Depends on where Lane goes. And I guess this will take us to the other game. You know, Vandy just barely lost to Texas, right? And Texas almost choked this game away. Texas dominated this game for 3 quarters.
Vandy is a good football team, and I don't think I've ever felt confident about that.
And what happens when Vandy's a good football team? They lose their coach. So I think he's going to be the one that's.
Give me that.
He's also probably going to be a name that's somewhere brought up. So you got Florida, Ole Miss, Vandy, LSU didn't even play this week. LSU, somebody else just fired their coach.
And it's is it Kentucky? Auburn.
Auburn lost to Kentucky 10-3. 10-3. And spent all that money on, I told y'all, spent all that money on Jackson Dart, and they lost. And I'm telling y'all, that pressure from the NIL, because they paying all that money, you thought the turnover from coaches was going to be swift before. Bro, we're not paying you $70 million and then paying a $30 million roster to be 6-6. When Texas Tech is paying $40 million and they now going whatever. It don't matter.
That's
about the
cool
until
you start backing up them buyouts and you have you paying multiple bills at one time, and people say, you paying how many coaches at one time? Then it becomes a you problem.
I mean, even Oklahoma and Tennessee. Y'all say y'all like Heupel, and I do agree that he just got re-upped and everything like that, but he lost to Brent Venables, who
but the thing about both of these losses are, well, I guess Vanderbilt, them being good, period, is just a success. So that's the reason. I don't think that the OU Tennessee loss is a bad loss. This is a hell of a game. They just scored 6 more points than you.
Yeah, Tennessee had like 3 turnovers, and which is a testament really to Oklahoma.
That's going to happen though. Like, it's a part of football. Some days that's just gonna happen. And if you're firing coaches because they have a game where they have big turnovers, then you'll be firing somebody every other year.
I told you that was gonna happen. The NIL is gonna make you fire somebody. They're not gonna pay all that money.
Well, then you're gonna start looking crazy when you have all these multiple buyouts where you're paying these people $30 and $40 million at the same time. You're gonna start looking crazy.
Yeah, Heupel has been the hot name on everybody's list. One of everybody. He's on LSU's list. He's on Florida's list. He's on Auburn's list. Even though I don't see him ever going to Auburn, because that's either a lateral or a step down, depending on how you look at it. But you have all of these coaches that are firing people, and what I don't understand is why y'all decide to fire people all at the same time, like y'all are on equal footing. That doesn't make sense to me. There's no way if I'm Auburn, I would have fired Hugh Freeze now. You don't have a say against LSU. Ain't nobody who's gonna go to you over LSU.
You are 100%. You're just getting the leftovers. Yeah.
Who is going?
Unless you got your guy. Unless you like Virginia Tech, they got their guy.
Virginia Tech was in a unique position to present a reprieve or relief. You ain't gonna get that from all these coaches in the SEC.
No,
not with 5 of them. James Franklin needed a change, and even though he hasn't been officially hired yet, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I can almost see the flames. But these coaches, I don't know what's gonna happen in it. This is the first time in the SEC I've seen this many coaches fired before the season is over. We had 4?
And with this many, everybody's not making the right decision. Let me tell you that.
No, that's why they're all firing people, because they made the wrong decision.
No. I'm saying that everybody firing their coach, that isn't the right decision for their team.
I agree. I agree that the right decision, they made the wrong decision to hire some of these people. And I agree that they're making the wrong decision to fire some of these people. And now you got people talking about Ed Ogeron coming back, and he's talking about going to Oregon or LSU. And I'm telling y'all, LSU, I mean, they ain't circling the block.
And now my only thing with Coach O is I put him in a different category. I think that he'll always, as long as somebody want him to come coach on a college campus, he'll probably find a way to go by there and do that. I think that's what that guy enjoyed. That's his life in a nutshell. I can get paid, and at the same time, I can be on this college campus. And I think
live
that's
my life. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, really not a lot of upsets though. Is Texas back? I guess is the question that I really wanted to ask about. I'm trying
They
to keep it
said
so we don't go like game by game and get lost in the weeds of the games. But
they
Arch
say
had a
that
really good
they
game.
yeah, as soon as they took him off YouTube TV.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't think I trust him anymore now. I'm not suddenly a buyer in the Arch Manning QB I guess lottery. I'm not suddenly a believer. I'm not putting my money on that. I think he had a good game, which I think he needed, but at the end of the day, I don't think it means the most to me.
I think next week could go a lot for him as they play Georgia at Georgia next week. So that could be that would be a
That
hell
go
of a turnaround from
that's
losing
that.
at the beginning of the season to
You could also get trounced in that game too if nobody believed in you at all.
well, this is a Sarkisian game. Sarkisian is really good at getting Arch. What they've done with Arch is stop throwing the ball down the field. We're gonna throw it 10 yards in a cloud of dust at the most, and then the playmaker is gonna run around. And Georgia is vulnerable
And
at the DB.
that was always my thing with them, though, is I felt like the team was good. Arch was just doing a job of holding them back in the meantime.
Yeah, but UGA pass rushers starting to come alive, and
Right. And
that's
they
what's
can
happening.
be bouncing you all around that field by the end of the day, brother. Be safe. Thoughts and prayers in advance. Best of luck. It was the worst of times, whatever they said in that book.
Speaking of which, that's crazy that they put this. Oh, that's North Carolina State colors. I was gonna say that's crazy. They put Georgia Tech in black and red. Georgia Tech gets upset by North Carolina State 48-36 in a game that North Carolina State kind of controlled from the beginning. Georgia Tech's defense forsake them. Jackets' first loss. The offense for the Wolfpack. Hey man, these two quarterbacks, one at Maryland and one at North Carolina State, these freshmen, they're playing out of their mind.
Soon as you start believing in Georgia Tech, man, soon as you say, "Hey, man, this y'all year, we rocking with y'all. Y'all gonna get it done." I know it.
But it makes a compelling because they lost. Georgia, if Georgia wins next week or this Saturday, then they're pretty much. I think they play Mississippi State, then they have a bye week, then they play Georgia, or maybe not a bye week, but a middle of nowhere, nobody. Then they play Georgia Tech.
You gotta not pay attention to this team. You gotta just not look at it, and then they'll be okay.
I mean, it sets up for Tech and Georgia to be crazy, and they playing in Atlanta, like in the dome.
But Georgia Tech, you don't want to be set up for that. You want to see, had you just won this game, you could do your homework early. Now you need a really good showing against Georgia now, and that may or may not be tough.
You do, but you don't. Here's why.
I wanted them to just leave it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Now there will be a shadow and a doubt.
Yeah, but I mean, they still favored to win. They still favored to win the ACC, bless you, because Miami got upset by Rhett Lashley, who they just gave an extension to. That's crazy. They gave him an extension. Southern Methodist, SMU.
Right.
They gave Rhett Lashley an extension, and then he goes out and upsets Miami. I'm going to talk directly to the Miami fans who said that Miami's going to smoke Georgia. Carson Beck was good. Georgia sucked last year. All of the things that y'all were talking about there in South Beach. Kind of told you so. Not only did Carson Beck throw the interception that pretty much sealed the game, he then took no accountability for it again and said, I just execute the plays that the coach has called. No, you don't. You threw the interception. That is not execution.
I'm going to tell y'all. I talked to Reggie about this game on Saturday Morning Live. He said, you know what? Carson Beck go down there and be himself, throw some interceptions. What does he do? Go down there and be himself, throw said interception. I was like, damn. And then the worst part about it is, as Reggie alluded to earlier, they paid Rhett Lashley top 10 coach money. Let me tell you, You guys are not. He's not going to be a top 10 coach and stay there. And y'all are not going to be a top 10 team. So you just spend a whole bunch of money for no good reason. Miami, y'all have won the Trick It Off Johnny Award this week. Y'all hate it. You hate yourselves. And the ACC is kind of falling apart here quickly, but also not my problem.
More hot seats. Now they mad about Mario Cristobal. And it's like, again, everybody shouldn't fire their coach because who are you going to get?
Unless your coach is Billy, then the right answer was fired. Everybody else, y'all gonna wake up and think.
And y'all not even in the thing. I can see if y'all were like going for new talent and looking at different coaches. Y'all not even going to the HBCUs and getting the dominant programs there. Mm-hmm. So you cutting off a whole section of coaches right there.
Just ruin yourself in perpetuity. Fantastic.
Miami looked beat, bro.
No, they were, in fact, look at the score, 20-20. They were beat.
Notre Dame beats BC. Cool. I got nothing. BC
they're gonna
sucks.
You do have something. They're gonna skeet themselves right into the playoffs every year.
Yeah, because they lose early. That's one thing about Notre Dame. They never lose late in the season. They upset out against Northern Illinois in week 2.
Right.
And they be right back
in
the playoffs.
As soon as everybody gives up on them, then they just quietly skeet themselves right into the playoffs. And people are like, oh, you remember this team? Oh, yeah, they got to be good, right? And then they disappoint. Now, speaking of got to be good, let's go ahead and discuss this. Clemson Tigers lose to the Duke Blue Devils. You heard that right. 46-45, Dabo. And the Clemson Tigers lose to the Duke Blue Devils.
At home.
He don't need a resume?
Dabo still, he about to go. Dabo, I ain't never seen Dabo this distraught. He
said, maybe they should fire me.
And Duke, y'all need to make sure y'all try to keep Andy Diaz because
ain't happening.
He is.
You need to go ahead
out of there.
You need to start looking for your next replacement because he is gone.
That sucks. Y'all finally get a coach that's good. Like he's a good. They play. I mean, they allow 45 points, but I think that's because they didn't have good. They don't have as good an athlete.
Be Clemson. Don't matter. Let me tell you.
Dabo was crying on the sideline. He cussed out his team, and then he said, "My AD's right there." I may be fired today.
It was on the sideline ripping brand new ones. I was like, he is stressed.
Well, it's your fault, Dabo.
Right.
It's your fault. You brought this on yourself. Even Kirby Smart, who is probably the best recruiter of our lifetime, at least for the last, maybe Hartline, him and Hartline, but Kirby had like a decade of just phenomenal recruiting. Even he's like, man, I got to go to the transfer portal and get some of these guys.
Don't.
Dabo's like, no,
I don't want to hear it. No, Dabo, you stay right over there out of the portal. You know it better than everybody else.
And Clemson ain't got that money to be just paying $100-something million.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And do it. And do it.
Who are they gonna? Who you can't fire Dabo right now? That means you'd be competing against LSU. Who are we talking about? LSU, Florida, possibly Ole Miss.
No, leave him. Keep him. You know what? Extend him. Pay him more money. More money. That's what we want.
Dabo gonna go to he's gonna keep his job and he's gonna go to the portal. But Duke, I told y'all Duke was good though.
No, can't go to the portal.
No, he
can't go to the portal. You've already said you better than the portal.
Survey says that's a lie.
Does he buckle?
Mari came out and said, the results are in.
Are you not a man of integrity? Say what you say and stand on it, brother. Stay out of the portal. For everybody else, not you.
If I tell you that I can whoop Mike Tyson ass and I go out there and he hit me and knock me out, I ain't about to stand on my integrity. No, I was wrong. Let me go back.
You gotta go out. What do young people say? standing on business. You got to go you got to get knocked out by Mike Tyson,
Clemson getting knocked out, bro. But I told y'all Duke was good though. I told y'all Duke was good when they beat Syracuse 41-3. I said Duke's got a quarterback. They play well. They just don't have all the talent that everybody else has. CD hurt.
Lord, no. My little fantasy team can't take no more injuries, man. God. But this is just one that I think today collectively across the sports landscape we can get together and celebrate. Duke beat Clemson. That makes me feel great.
It's funny to say the least. I'll say that. Big Ten, sure. Oh no, I forgot. Louisville rebounds and beats Virginia Tech. Pretty good game. Louisville can score some points.
They're gonna try. They're sneaking on in. Hey, if you don't do what it takes, somebody will take your spot.
No, Louisville got 2 losses, don't they?
Just keep on lingering. Keep on lingering. Somebody else gonna fall out of that top 12. Watch and see. You just want to be at the end, because you don't know what might play out.
I don't know, man. Florida State was there at the end that year. Won the ACC, went 13-0. They didn't make it.
That is a sensitive subject, boy. Them people, they would never bounce back from that, man. That one.
Penn State loses to Ohio State. Ohio State plays Penn State. 3-4 Penn State, leaderless. No head coach, no starting quarterback. And this game was actually pretty close. I believe it was Penn State was up or close, or it was tied 14-14. And then Jeremiah Smith just said, "I'm better than your entire existence over there." Yeah, what's up, Country Blue? But Ohio State beats Penn State. Is Ohio State the best team in the nation? Resume wise?
No.
Resume wise, I think Ohio State may be number 4.
They are not better than the Indiana Hoosiers.
Not resume wise. Indy got it.
No, but do I think so? Yes. That receiving masterclass they put on Penn State secondary is highly unfortunate. I don't really have nothing to say. Y'all gotta stop them from just destroying you in the secondary. Y'all
Ohio State is Penn State's big brother.
Okay. Or you're gonna be in every graphic, in every clip for the next 20 years. Because
what's the last Penn State Ohio State graphic that you've seen in the last 20 years that was good for Penn State? I think they beat them twice.
Moving on. I'm trying to give y'all some. I want to see y'all be better. I would just want to see more people actually be legitimately competitive in the conference. Speaking of legitimately competitive, this game was not. Indiana University.
Well, we got
the Hoosiers. Destroyed Maryland. Destroyed the Maryland Terrapins 55-10. Signetti continues to beat teams that I don't care about. And I guess we're going to have to wait, like Reggie said, into the playoffs to see them play somebody real. And then we can finally make a judgment on how good or not good this team is. I think that's more the unfortunate thing about this whole kind of situation, to me, at least.
If you think Indiana isn't real, then you can't believe that Ohio State or Oregon is real, right?
I believe
Oregon has beat nobody this year. They've only had one game, and it's Indiana. They got beat. Everybody else is boo-boo.
Yeah, Oregon is definitely back onto my questionable list. Before they played them, they were on my unquestionable list. And then after that, then just infinitely more questionable. I think that I trust Indiana the least. I mean, I trust Indiana, the least. I don't think that they're real at all. And I'm interested in seeing, but due to their schedule, it'll be the playoffs. What's your opinion? Or is that it?
They've done nothing to sway me either way. I believe that they can beat any team in the country. But outside of beating Oregon, I mean, they're a typical Big Ten schedule, which is But you
Not a
have
whole
to
lot.
say that about everybody in the Big Ten. You can't just say that about them. You got to say it about Ohio State. You got to say it about Oregon.
Well,
Who's
Ohio
number 4?
State, they got Texas.
Which is looking better now. But I had an interesting conversation with
but I also
Albert.
give people credit for playing those games too.
Yeah. Ohio State. Now, one thing I say Ohio State doesn't do, they don't shy away from nothing. They're gonna play out of conference games.
Their intention was, when signing up for that game, is for it to be an early competitive game. Now
they won 14-7, which
but
ain't really the best win for them either, because we thought Texas wasn't good. But I was saying, I talked to Albritton, right? And we had an interesting conversation.
I wanted to get into that, but I was in Instagram jail until today. I'm free.
Oh, didn't know that. Well, he texted me and he basically said, if you take the names off of the schools, then you wouldn't believe that you beating a 5-3 team at the end of the season makes you good. And while I didn't really get a chance to respond, Georgia started playing, I had the kids, etc. That's a flawed logic to me. And I asked him, I said, well, do you believe in strength of schedule? Because you can't believe in strength of schedule and then have that thing about you don't believe in rankings and you don't believe that schools at the end of the season at 5-4 aren't good or don't deserve to be recognized. And I said, that's not fair. Well, I stopped there, but to me, it's flawed logic to say, Florida is 4-6, right? And you would think a 4-6 team isn't good, but Iowa State's Big 12, but Minnesota is, 8-4, and you would think Minnesota's better. That's flawed because that negates the whole fact of who they played.
Right.
Which is why a lot of Big Ten people talk about. They neglect the fact that the rest of the conference sucks. You can't ignore rankings. You can't ignore that SEC has 9 ranked teams. That's not overzealous. That's just saying that they're better than everybody else, and they just have to play each other. That's why they don't become unranked.
It's also the point that even if you look at the bottom tier SEC schools, they have played some good games against top tier. Florida's unranked. That game could have went either way. The rest of the conferences don't have people who are at the bottom of your conference who can make it difficult on a top 5 team. Northwestern's not doing that. Rutgers not doing that. Purdue's not doing that. None of those teams are doing it.
Well, you also got to look at the reason that they're unranked. That's my whole point. Like, the reason they're unranked is because they played other SEC schools. It's not like they went and lost to Northwestern. No. South Carolina lost to Alabama. South Carolina lost to Ole Miss. South Carolina lost to LSU, right? LSU lost, and then South Carolina lost to Vanderbilt. Rutgers lost, or Northwestern lost to Rutgers, right? To me, the flawed logic for the Big Ten is just, y'all have to realize that just because an SEC team is 4-3 doesn't mean that because a Big Ten team is 6-2 means that they're better than the 4-3 SEC team when the SEC team has played better competition.
I hope that's not the.
That's the Big Ten argument is the competition is the same, and that's where I fundamentally disagree. The competition is not the same. Now, the top 3, you could always take the top 3 out, or even the top 2, which is correct. It's normally Georgia, Alabama, and a third team is Ohio State and Oregon, and a third team. That's normally how it is.
My only pushback with that is the second and third team in the other conferences have won a national championship. Outside of Ohio State, nobody can really win a championship. I know they're going to say Michigan. That doesn't count. We all agree they cheated.
Yeah. And Brian's a Michigan fan. He's going to be big mad at you.
That's my only thing. I didn't. Hey, I didn't make up the rules of cheating. I also did not do the cheating. But if you're telling me that there's one team that can win a championship and then the other team, which I don't blame your cheating because I don't think that you win a championship without cheating. So you needed to cheat to get the championship. But the rest of you guys are just here going through the motions. And I know we have a ton of respect for Oregon, but at some point you actually have to win the championship if you want that level of respect. And at least Auburn, LSU, Georgia, Florida, Alabama have done that.
Recently. In the last 20 years, right? Yeah.
And it's Ohio State and them cheating boys. The cheetah boys.
Yeah, I don't really say much to Ohio State because I mean they've done it, and they play out of conference. They play out of conference, tough teams. Like they don't be.
Yes, it's just the rest of the conference who I just be looking like, oh, this ain't it. But moving on.
Oh well, your boy Dylan Raiola broke his leg, little Patty. It's tight. It's unfortunate. I guess that means he comes back next year, or is he just a sophomore or junior?
Hell yeah, you need to come back anyway. You
need to figure out your own identity. Is what you need to do.
Man, he no more than Kobe found his with Jordan. I think that this, come back for another year. That would be wise. I think that this year of QB draft is going to be kind of muddled with a lot of guys that are kind of about the same. So yeah, probably just not get in this one, get in the next one where you could possibly stand out a little bit more. That would be my thought process.
Mm-hmm. Big 12, the better conference of the two. Texas Tech wins 43-20 over Kansas State. Told y'all that was gonna happen. Texas Tech is really about to make the playoff, and they're gonna be a tough out for somebody because they can
so many teams right at the end. That 10-13, Georgia Tech, Texas Tech, BYU. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how all these guys play.
Texas Tech, BYU this Saturday. That might be game of the week. Well, no, because LSU, Alabama. There's another game too. Bunch of games. But yeah, Texas Tech wins. Utah in the Big 12 has
crush Cincinnati.
Had a great run.
I think the Utah, ran on out of here. I think the Utah is one of the top 12 teams in the country.
I don't, but I think they're really good. I don't think they're top 12. I don't think they have the offense to be the top 12. I think they just played.
Who are their losses to?
Texas Tech and
BYU. Damn.
And if they keep winning, they may be able to play BYU. Because you assume BYU beats Texas Tech next week. So Utah may be able to beat them. Play them again.
Texas Tech, Arizona State, BYU, Cincinnati. That's 4 ranked teams. They play way better schedules than the Big Ten.
You talking about Utah?
Jesus.
Yeah, the Big 12. The Big 12 is a better conference this year.
Damn.
Y'all was yelling at me about that. Y'all a lot of insults. But I stand by it. The Big 12 is strong this year, dog.
Quietly. And I mean, they close the season out. Baylor, Kansas State, Kansas. Yeah, they probably get it done. Yeah, they should probably be top 12. 4 ranked teams. Yeah. They try. I respect people who try. And that is it. That's it for college football.
Does Colorado get a new coach?
Poor Dion. Nah, I think
again 52-17.
I think that he gets a health mulligan this year. That's the only thing that I could begin to. I think that his health, and I think that's a very serious situation. Just flush this season, start over. Now, I don't know how many more start overs you get, but I think that this one, nobody's going to be up in arms about anything. And the other part is all those people have made all their money. The applications, sponsorships. you might not like losing. You might want to say, hey, I would like to win some games, but at the end of the line, the bottom line is up. The return on investment has been made.
Well, what do you do with
Right?
if he leave? I think he should leave. But I mean,
I
you
think he
got
should
Juju.
retire.
Well,
Bro,
that's what I mean. He should retire.
Your health
Like,
is way
you
more
got Juju.
valuable than
You got Juju there, who is the number one quarterback. Okay, well, that's my executive producer. But you have Juju there, so you have everything. But I just want Dion to be healthy. And if coaching him is giving him this much stress, and he's going to end up firing somebody from his coaching staff. He didn't cuss out the defensive coordinator 2 weeks in a row.
He was giving it to them. But I mean, y'all also not. I mean, you any less mad the offensive coordinator? Like,
no, I don't know. I think Colorado's reached their apex in the Deion Sanders saga. Is over with.
Now, if that's what, now I will say this: if that is the apex,
yeah, well, who?
If that was the apex, I will say the Sanders coaching experience, that is a low bar.
What was y'all expectation? That's what my question would be. What was y'all expectation?
The money experience, I think, has been knocked out of the park. The marketing and branding part has been knocked out of the park. But if almost a playoff trip, almost, and then that's it.
Y'all not gonna get me to slander Dion, but I mean, what was y'all expectation? If y'all thought y'all was gonna win, y'all ain't pay attention to the resume. Now he ain't really win at Jackson State either. He ain't win no SWAC championship. Yeah, beat twice.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody will ever actually call that into account. Like, is he actually good? Has he ever actually been good? What is the true assessment of Deion Sanders as a football coach?
Jordan Love let me down 9 points. All I needed was a touchdown, not a one. Jordan Love came no point.
I'm gonna tell you, Sam Darnold was scoring touchdowns so fast yesterday. I thought my phone was broke.
We'll get to it.
He scored and scored again. I was like, why are y'all sending me old notifications again? Nope, there's a whole new touchdown. But that does conclude college football. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. Please stay in the DMs. Any questions you have, please feel free to answer and ask. And we are back. We are back. We are back.
And I ain't got no enthusiasm. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final segment of the of episode 206 of the Splashcast, Monday Night Raw, the perpetual disappointment segment called the NFL. Cowboys cards, live look in. Cardinals are beating the Cowboys.
That boy had to come in with the
7-17.
clarification. Want y'all to make sure y'all hear me and hear me good. That is the Cardinals beating the Cowboys.
And I mean smoking them too, really, on offense. Jacoby Brissett.
Handily.
Now they probably about to trick it off. But Jacoby Brissett,
if they trick this off, and I see the trick coming too.
It's happening. They about to throw it deep to George Pickens right here. 63 yards. What is it? 33? 67
Dak
yards.
start doing that, running around looking like this, right?
But Arizona's defense looks
Cardinals,
good, man.
do not do this. Don't do this, man. But keep giving CD the ball because we need it. But
the Cardinals defense looks good, man. And Kyler, bro, I don't know where you about to go. CFL maybe? Because you look Jacoby Brissett looks. Shout out to Jacoby Brissett. He's made a career of making starting quarterbacks look foolish.
I think that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. The only reason I think that he's not a starting quarterback is because he's black. Because everywhere he never goes anywhere in he's not ever bad.
Yeah, but he ain't. I don't know if he's a difference maker. I don't
know, but he's not a game like you're right. He's probably not a difference maker, but also a lot of these guys are game losers.
He's a good game manager. He makes the right pass.
I think that if he was white, then he would be perfectly fine. Nobody loves anything more than a good white game manager.
Now?
Yeah, if you can get one.
Who?
I'm talking about the teams that are trying to stabilize themselves.
Oh, well, I don't think they want. I don't want to make it too racial. I don't think they want white at all. I think we in the era of the black quarterback, brother. I don't think they want that.
Honestly, this would have been another guy who would have been perfect to be in Cleveland. I'm not going to lose you.
Jacoby?
Yeah. I'm not going to lose you a bunch of games. And at least I will once again keep your wide receiver one happy. And somehow still no Jameis is on nobody's team. That's a whole different discussion.
All right. Here we go, y'all. The Atlanta Falcons lose to the New England Patriots. Hold on.
When I tell y'all, being an Atlanta Falcons fan is a real
additions out the way. Get all the filter off. Let's get it on off.
It's a life of tragedy. It's like it's literally, oh, that can't possibly happen. You know who that's gonna happen to? It's gonna happen to us. You just wait for it to happen. And you always have this position where you have this foolhardish hope where you believe, you know what? Look at us turning it around. And as soon as you believe you're going to turn it around, what happens?
Cardinals. Strip tackle. Fourth recover. Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is probably the game. But yes, to get back to it,
the Falcons find a new way to hurt you every week.
I would have won the game, won this fantasy football. There's a word for what you said. You just said the definition. I'm gonna give you the word. It's called being a loser. You're a loser. Winners find ways to snatch wins from the jaws of defeat. Patrick Mahomes goes 40 yards in 7 seconds to force overtime to win the game. Aaron Rodgers throws a Hail Mary on multiple times. You just win. The Philadelphia Eagles, they just dominated. I can't even say nothing about them. They just dominated. But you have teams that are winners, quarterbacks that are winners, coaches that are winners. Losers snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. The Falcons,
Ain't no way he missed that extra point.
under Raheem, are losers. And I'm a Falcons fan, so I can say it, and you can't. Well, you can. You're a Falcons fan, but y'all can't. The defense, Jalen Walker, for all y'all that first off, we got to talk about the good. For all y'all that had something to say about Jalen Walker, and I get the injury concerns, it was at Georgia. But when he was playing at Georgia, every time he was on the field, he made an impactful play. Every single game, whether it was on special teams because he was behind all them other dudes that went to the NFL, or he played, even when he came in and they just said, oh, we don't know where we're going to play him at, rush edge or linebacker. He played both. Bro, this game, sack and a half, forced fumble. He almost had an interception. Literally got us the ball back to go back and win the game. Like, the defense had a bad quarter. They had a bad second quarter. They allowed 21 points, which means they only allowed 3 points in the second half. The defense played a hell of a game. One of the best games, or at least best halves I've seen us play. We stopped the run, and they like to run the ball. Ooh.
Yeah, you see it.
Ooh. They like to run the ball.
Long
We watching, so we also watching this Cardinals Cowboys game. They like to run the ball. We stopped the run. We played well against the pass after that, after Pops Douglas had that wheel route where we got out schemed, which was, that happens. But Jeff Olbert got the defense playing crazy and played well. Drake London,
3 touchdowns.
We told y'all he was a top 10 wide receiver. We told y'all, hey, he really might be top 5. I ain't gonna argue top 5 because what Jackson Smith and Jigba is doing right now is just insane. But
with 9 receptions, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He almost won my fantasy football game against you by himself.
Correct.
Almost by himself. So
38.8 points, Lord.
He would have had more if it wasn't for a penalty. So it's like our offense played
it's
penalties.
It's penalties coming off of penalties. Us getting delay of games off penalties, crazy. Poor clock management. It's just coaching things.
Yes.
And still more pistol. More pistol.
We threw the ball down the field, but now it's like we can't do both. We can't run the ball and get the passing game going. We either got to pick one or the other, right? We knew, and Raheem said we knew it was going to be tough running the ball against them because they're a fast defense. Bruh, we have Algier, bruh. Algier, right. Y'all keep running him off tackle instead of running him off guard is taking away his best attribute, which is running over people. Kyle Pitts,
2 carries is not enough carries.
This Ray McLeod loss. I know last week Ray McLeod wouldn't have done nothing against Miami. A third wide receiver this game would have been crazy. Because as good as I think Darnell Mooney could be, I think Darnell Mooney needs to be our slot guy. And I think that we need to have another receiver.
I can't say that we've managed the roster. We know that this receiver position hasn't been right. And for us to just not even attempt to fix it, because I think that Drake London's collarbone is still messed up. Not really.
I think he came back. I think he was messed up last couple weeks. I think this week he was perfectly fine.
Even so, say this week is the first week. Well, all the rest of these weeks, the wide receiver position was never addressed. And I think that's held us back. I mean, I think that also still being in the pistol is an inclination that we haven't really fixed anything wholeheartedly in the first place. So fire everybody because nobody wants to make an adjustment.
The coaching decisions, the getting not getting the plays in. Let me tell you who's sitting back and laughing and pointing at y'all, which I really don't mind. Ray McLeod was why he reacted that way. Because
Right.
it seems like he was the only one that kind of stood on business about, hey, this is not Ike Hilliard's fault.
Right.
This is a Zach Robinson's fault. And they fired Ike Hilliard for not being able to get the plays in.
Scapegoat.
And then we do stuff against like New England where we get a penalty and an automatic first down and then have to spend a timeout because you can't get the play in. After they restarted the clock. So if you did all of those things and you're still having coaching issues, our defense is young, so I'll give them a pass for the second quarter. It snowballed. Second quarter snowballed fast. But to have these issues, these same coaching issues of clock management,
you're taking away the opportunity for the young players to make mistakes because you're making mistakes that we cannot afford for you to make.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to get off coaching for a second. Michael Penix is young. He's essentially a rookie in terms of playing time. But you got to be able to keep your head in the midst of chaos. And it's a teachable moment. We get the ball back. We're down 24-23. We get the ball back. It is 2nd and 10. And I saw the safety clap, whether or not he heard it, and the center heard it, and it caused the premature snap. The tape shows that the safety 100% clapped. He 100%.
You know that's against the rules too.
Yes. But even when that happens, to just throw the ball into the ground and then point, it's like, well, you caused intentional grounding in that moment, which then put us at 3rd and 20.
We get too many. And I know they be killing them, but still, you can't piss away 2 downs.
Yeah, because it's a loss of down and a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the
Every
foul.
time.
So now it's 3rd and 20, and we don't get any yardage. We don't have Zach Robinson. Don't got a 3rd and 20 play. I'm confident to say that he does not have a 3rd and 20 play.
He ain't got a third and 10, 3rd and 3.
And I'm not gonna. Okay, I took a drink, so I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to stay focused on the point.
Moderation.
No, I didn't drink the whole. This is moderation. I didn't drink the whole show.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This loss hurt me so bad when we missed that extra point. Because
that has nothing to do with Raheem, though. That was just loser shit. Like you. That's how you lose.
That hurt me.
Drake London makes a one-handed catch on 4th down.
No. But you don't miss the catches leading up. You had the 2 Bijan catches.
Yes. Bijan went crazy. Drake London went crazy. And I am going to bring it back to coaching here. Instead of, I know y'all are saying, if we get the field goal, you don't get the Jalen Walker strip sack that leads to a touchdown. I'm going to say, I don't know about that. You don't know what Jalen Walker was going to do. I know we lost by 1 point, and we could have kicked that field goal, and we'd had 26 points instead of 24.
That has been a lot of my weekend, looking at decisions that coaches have made in the 4th quarter and thinking to myself, boy, in both cases, I would have loved to have those points.
Unfortunately for the Falcons, they now have to play the Colts, who have been awoken because they were upset by
Steelers.
The Steelers.
Oh, that you I was we can go there next.
No, I'm kind of just talking at this
Oh
point.
no.
Like we can go there. It don't matter.
No,
But
no. I want to go here next. The reason I want to go here leaving the Falcons is we got our ass whooped by the Miami Dolphins just one singular week ago. And then after they destroy us, they get destroyed by the Baltimore Ravens. And they immediately look just like the team we knew them to be from the very beginning, which makes me, oh, there goes the interception, which makes me even more concerned about my own team. Because how can we lose to a team that gets destroyed like this? You have any thoughts on that?
yeah, I think you're afforded a mulligan. Ulbrich has not played terribly. Jeff Ulbrich has not coached terribly outside of now just 2 games. Both of which the offense did absolutely nothing.
I assume you mean Panthers and Dolphins.
The Panthers and the Dolphins. It's difficult to blame somebody when the offense doesn't do anything. Even against Tampa Bay, when we lost against Tampa Bay week 1, he's had the right defense called just about every time. When they scored, when the Emeka Egbuka scored, Jesse Bates got baited. But if he had just stayed in his zone, that's a pick.
That one hurt.
Against San Francisco.
Yeah, dog.
Against San Francisco, like, yeah, they ran the ball at the end of the game, but we ain't do nothing on offense to stop them. Like they had 3 times as many plays as we had. Eventually, you're gonna get tired. Like, and even Miami, we I ain't got it. Mike McDaniels put on a master class. I'm gonna flood the zone, and all we're gonna do is the zone. But then
they show back up and look like this.
For the most part, Ulbrich has looked good. And unfortunately for the Dolphins, and fortunately for the Ravens, there is no we're not gonna beat the Falcons, is what the Ravens said. What everybody's saying now, we're not gonna beat the Falcons. We're better than the Dolphins, and we're gonna prove we're better than the Dolphins. And they pretty much ended the Dolphins' reign.
Monkey stomped them.
Dolphins is over with. And Lamar's back, and their defense is getting healthy, and the AFC North sucks.
It's amazing how you can start out that terrible and then just
start 1-6 and gonna win the division.
Hold my beer. I'll be right back.
I do that every year. I'll be hurt every year. That's to be hurt till the last part of the season. Why I gotta play? Because you got the Bengals who lose to the Bears. I have never seen a team lose like this. For the Bengals to put up 42 points.
Correct.
With Joe Flacco.
Backup Flacco, which is crazy. This is what happens when you don't pay the players on your defense. You don't get them in so they can go to camp. When you really need just any level of defense, you can't get any because your team's not prepared. Then you lose a game that you have no business losing. And Bears, I feel 50-50. Y'all should not be giving up 42 points to the Bengals offense, but Joe can sling it.
Shit. Shout out to the Bears for winning this game. Colston Loveland. I know we talked about Tyler Warren for being the best rookie tight end. Loveland out of Michigan has been cooking. Caleb finally, his running around in the pocket paid off. And it got him to the point where he can make the throw. He made the throw.
He's coming along.
But the Bengals, dog, the offense, and I've never seen this. The Bengals offense basically said, fuck the defense. Make one damn play. Jamar Chase was walking into the locker room and said, man, we just needed one fucking stop. Excuse my language, but I'm quoting now. I know I'll be cussing, but I'm quoting today. We just needed one fucking stop is what he said. Brown, the running back, said, bruh, the offense put the ball in the end zone. Just finish the fucking game. Quote.
No.
They were talking so breezy about the defense. The defense didn't even stay for media. They all left. The defense just left.
Defense didn't get there till the game 1. This is all admin's fault. Pay them guys.
I don't know, man. Shamar, I don't know now. Shamar Stewart got ran
Right. You want to know
15
why?
yards back on a dive.
Because no camp. Because y'all want language in the contract.
Again,
Well, this is what it costs you.
losers.
This
This is what losers miss extra points. Losers give up 67-yard touchdowns with 15 seconds left after putting up 40s. Joe Flacco threw for 400 some yards, y'all. Joe Flacco was 40. He older than me. He like 41. He's older than me. And he threw for 400 yards.
Yep.
You can go there. I ain't gonna stay. I ain't got.
I was about to say, speaking of losers,
Bengals and Falcons, y'all should mesh, and then y'all can be one mid-ass team. Because to get apart, y'all some losers. Dolphins, Vikings. Hey man, JJ, how you feel about JJ McCarthy's performance?
It's interesting. It's interesting. I want to know if that's what is it sustainable? That's my biggest thing with JJ McCarthy. Are you going to be able to be good enough on offense to where people don't think that you are basically the Arch Manning of the Vikings? You're not dragging this team down. You're not what's holding them back.
Unfortunately for JJ, he just don't have no tape. But the games that he's played outside of the Atlanta game, right? I think he's only played like 4 games, right?
Right. Yes.
Outside of the Atlanta game, the 3 games he's played, he had 2 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns this game. He's been great. It's just, you don't know if it's a fluke or not.
Okay, it's not that. We both don't trust it. You don't trust it?
I ain't gonna say I don't trust him. We don't know. At Michigan, they ran the ball.
Exactly.
With Blake Corum and old boy Donovan Edwards. We don't know how good. The thing that JJ McCarthy, his draft tape is that his draft profile was that he's really good at anticipatory throws. He's good at out routes. He's good at throwing seams. He's good at throwing people open. What we've seen, including against this game of 27-24 upset against the Lions, motherfucker could throw some people open. He put the ball where it needs to be almost every single time.
I think that nobody believes it is sustainable. At least for me, in my gut, it's like,
who believes that a young quarterback is sustainable? I don't think anybody believes a young quarterback is sustainable.
Oh no, I 100% disagree. I think that if you look at that CJ Stroud season, they felt very sustainable. Your boy, we can go here next. I think that people are coming around on him.
The Panthers and the Packers? No.
Yes. Bryce Young and the Panthers beat the Packers 16-13. We talked about this on Saturday. I said, hey, man, watch these Panthers. They're a little bit better than expected. And there was a potential they could win this game. They've going from last year where ownership is basically blaming Bryce Young for them not being good to them winning kind of impressively some games this year. That's a quick less than 10-month journey.
No, it's not. They ain't winning because of Bryce Young. It's winning because of Rico Dowdell. That's who they're winning. That's who they winning because of.
Yeah, but I mean,
Bryce Young had a good game against the Falcons. Outside of that,
he's also putting them in position not to lose games.
No, he's not. What's the team? Stats? The stats on this game weren't good.
I personally think that he's done a pretty solid job of getting them out of a position to consistently lose games into a situation where at least in some games, you know what, the Panthers might be able to win this game. And that's what I went coming into this game thinking they could beat them. Will it be perfect? No. Will it probably be something you want to watch? No.
Why did you think they could beat them?
Between like what you have now in this offense between Dowdell and Ted and him, I think that at least it's a sustainable offense. Will it look good all the time? Absolutely not. But between that and what the defense does, I think it's reasonable for them to now be competitive when they play other teams.
Bryce Young was 11 of 20 for 102 yards and an interception.
Okay.
He had no reason. He actually had no input in this game. Rico Dowdell was 25 of carries for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. They only scored 16 points.
Okay. I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying as a combination, before when I looked at their offense, I was like, okay, this team never has a chance. Now I think on some weeks they have a chance against teams they're playing. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not because of Bryce. It's not in any combination because of Bryce. It's because they've literally won because of defense and running the ball. That's the only reason they've won. He has not really engineered anything other than the Falcons. Other than the Falcons. I'll give you the Falcons. 30-0, sure. But I mean, he was hurt for the other game that they won. And then Rico Dowdell went crazy for 2 games.
What's their record now?
4-4.
Jesus. 5-4. 5-4 Panthers. 3-4 Falcons.
They lost to the Cardinals and the Jaguars and the Patriots. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Jets. And they beat the Packers. In the game against the Cowboys is when he went for 200 and something yards. Nope, that's 183 yards. Yeah. I think, I don't know if they're married to Bryce. I think Bryce, they're going to end up, if they keep him, it's because they can't find anybody better. Meaning they're not willing to pay like a Kyler or trade for a Kyler contract and to restart again from the draft. I don't think there's anybody in the draft
at some point, continuity's got to be something. It can't be you just cycling through quarterback after quarterback after quarter. I mean, you can, but that's also a you thing. That's a you thing. It's a you thing. I assume that you're eventually going to be like, you know what? I'm just not going to keep making the bad decision.
We'll see. I agree that Bryce should be given more time. I think that his development under this offensive coordinator, under this head coach is really, really essential to him. But I ain't sold. I mean, he's still gonna have. 11 to 24, 100 yards. You didn't do anything.
But I also think that if I'm like the Steelers I think that he's an upgrade from Stetson Bennett
for the Rams.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's an upgrade from Stetson Bennett?
I think his ceiling is higher than Stetson. I think he can be a solid quarterback in the right position. I think that Stetson at best could be a high-level game manager.
What? Based off what?
Some of his games. I think that he can throw. Yes. I think that he can. I think that he has the tools to be a decent quarterback in the NFL. Top tier, maybe not, but mid tier, sure.
Who's a mid tier quarterback right now?
I'm trying to think of what we would consider. I'm trying to think of somebody older and mid tier.
Why'd have to be older? Who's just a mid tier quarterback? He ain't old. Who's a mid tier quarterback?
I mean, because I would put Michael Penix in that, but you don't have enough baseline to go off between the two of those guys at this point. That's the reason I was trying to figure somebody who was a little bit who would have a standard of being both in the NFL for a decent amount of time and at the same time be mid.
Mid people, I'm assuming.
I mean, not really. Tua has either been really good or really bad. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough
You
information.
think Bryce is
And
better than Tua?
no. That's what I'm saying. I think that, and that's tricky. I think that Bryce's future is brighter than Tua's.
Why?
I mean, number one, Tua's injury history. And I think that Miami is just, that place is about to explode. And I don't think that Tua is going to be there past this explosion. But I also don't think that this explosion, he's a part of the reason that that Miami's falling apart. But at the same time, it's not all his fault that Miami is in this current situation.
Why you can't say the same thing about Carolina?
Because Tua's been there a lot longer than Bryce has, ain't he?
It's been what,
Or
2
am I
years?
tripping?
Bryce is in his 3rd year, right?
Is it? Yeah. It's 3rd year. And Tua's in what year?
Tua wasn't drafted by them, was he?
By Miami, yeah. Yeah.
So he's in his what, 5th year? 17, 18, 7th year, 6th year. Has it been 6 years? Tua wasn't drafted by
Yeah.
Miami. He couldn't have been. No, he was knocked out. Yeah, he was unconscious
Yeah.
against Cincinnati.
Right. Tua been there
Dude.
for a minute, man.
I'm not so. The thing is, I'm not sold on Bryce.
Tua is 27 years old.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Bryce. I haven't seen anything to make me think that he's more than what we've seen.
The other part is Bryce is a guy who you could probably get at a decent contract too. I take that into account.
I mean,
if you find a guy that you can get that you feel comfortable that can win, but it's not a super expensive guy, I think that that's golden because you can reallocate that money across your team. So yeah, I think that especially if you like him enough, then yeah, let me pay you a moderate amount and us work together to build a team.
So like a game manager.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's got a lot to prove, but I think also Carolina's looking like, hey, we've kind of been in a very bad, like a poor situation as far as an organization for the better part of 20 years. We need to at least get to a point where they're not even
more success than the Falcons. They got more division championships. The only thing, they've been to the Super Bowl more than we have.
But when was the last time they've been competitive? What? Like legitimately competitive?
Cam? No, it's after Cam.
No.
Cam?
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Cam? That was what, even 7 years ago?
Even in Cam experience, that was like
it was
competitive. Yes, but then after that, it was.
When was the last time Falcons went to playoffs?
What was that? The second, not the last Matt Ryan year, but the second to last Matt Ryan year.
Like 2018? I think 7 years. When was the last time we won the division?
That I don't know the answer.
Yeah. I ain't got to look that up. The last 20 years, they've been better than the Falcons.
When did the Panthers go to the playoffs last?
Cam? Probably 2016, 17, somewhere in there.
I guess. I mean, neither one of us.
The Panthers have been a better organization than the Falcons.
Wild card. No, yeah. Last time they went, they lost in the wild card to the Saints, and then before that was 2015. That's when they went and they lost the Super Bowl. Yeah, 15.
Yeah. They've had more success over the you just said over the 20 years they haven't really been good. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna say that about them, then you got to say they've been better than us.
I guess. I think that the other part about that is our lows haven't been as low. At least not to me, at least. I might be tripping.
I do love that you're a homer. I love that you're a homer, but shit.
These last few
4-13?
years,
4-12?
the last few years for the Panthers have been really bad.
We've been right with them.
I'm talking about organization wise, not just like even when we've been in the situation, we don't have ownership wilding out like their owner was doing. Nah, I think that's different. At least to me, it is.
Okay, sure. We can move on. I don't agree with that at all. We in the same boat as them. They probably they got a little better. They got a nicer boat. They got a stupid captain. They got a nicer boat though. I don't agree with any of that conversation at all. I don't agree that Bryce has proved himself. I don't know if you don't trade him.
I don't think that he's proven himself either. I don't think with the current climate of what's available as far as quarterback, and I think that I've seen him play well sometime. I think that, and then for them, you need to eventually like find a guy that's your guy. I think that you continuously spiraling is not going to help.
We'll find out. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully he is good. I ain't gonna say I don't want him to be good. Hopefully he is good, and that they have found their guy.
And I mean, a harsh reality. What are you going to be able to get that's better than what he is?
You'll never know. But I mean, he's also small. So I mean, he's very small. Quarterbacks ain't really the thing to have anymore either. So
I mean, you're right there.
That can be an issue. But they 5-4, we 3-5. So whatever. I'm not gonna call the Chargers losers. I'm gonna call them unfortunate. The Chargers beat the Titans 27-20. And you may be wondering why I'm saying, hey, that's kind of unfortunate, is because they lost Mighty Joe Alt. Again, out for the season after another high ankle sprain. Surgery. This one a little bit more severe. And the Chargers seem to always have good coaching or decent coaching outside of when they fired the black dude when they shouldn't have. And his replacement was ass, who's not a defensive coordinator for the Saints, who are ass. But they always have the talent. Yep, shooting. But they always get hurt.
These injuries are so bad.
Joey Bosa, when he was there, he's now in San Francisco. But Joey Bosa, not in San Francisco, he's in New England. Buffalo. Joey Bosa had a knee issue. Justin Herbert had concussions that one year. They were really good. Derwin James was having an all-pro year a couple years ago, got hurt. Like, they just always get hurt. And they won this game against Tennessee, who looked bad. Tennessee looks bad. They look awful.
Yeah, that's the part for me. There's nothing that you can take away from a Tennessee Titans game of value. You literally just play them and go home.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Cam. Get out of there. Get out of there if you can. But you can't because you
that roster is awful.
And they trying to trade everybody. They trying to keep 3 people.
Why would I trade for any of these people on your team that are terrible?
I'll get Devondre Sweat. Falcons need to get Devondre Sweat. Defensive tackle from Texas who was really, really good till he got hurt. They need he's a nose tackle. He's Jordan Davis.
And the Florida kid ran the punt back or the kickoff back. The punt return, 3 returns, 98 yards, took one back, 67 yards. But yeah,
highlight.
I'm not. You can go to hell.
Florida already there.
Nah. Mm-hmm. We on the way up and out.
You still got to get out of there. You still in hell.
As long as I can now believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I am thrilled. But with that being said, the Titans are throwing everything away. Chargers can score some points.
They're good. I don't know how good they're going to be because Joe Alt, it's like Orlando Pace.
So sad when you see the notification and it's like, lost again.
He got carted off again, and I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to go ahead and shut him down. I don't care if it's a 6-week injury. They're going to shut that down.
And if you Justin Herbert, you're like, bro, I need that guy to keep me safe, to be to keep it real with you.
And the way the AFC West is playing out with the Raiders being boo-boo and the Broncos kind of taking off and the Chiefs being inconsistent, this was, to me, it felt like this was the Chargers' year to actually follow through on the expectations. I think last year they had the number one everything, number one defense, number one offense, number one this, number one that. But this year it felt like they were the guys to be able to dethrone the Chiefs and challenge the Broncos. And they started off so hot, which they always do. They always start off 5-1, 7-2, 10-3, and they end up 10-7, 9-8.
They don't play about that high ankle sprain, though. Come on, right on out of there.
Achilles the way they are. Any type of lower calf, higher ankle.
Come on, right on out of there. We're not doing it.
Bryce Young is 5'10".
And Alt is a world beater. Let me tell you that right now.
I ain't never seen an offensive tackle make people quit mid-play. They engage, he just stop, and they be like, you know what, you right?
You've also never seen a mounted move in person either. Well, when you that man is massive. Nice. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, Giants lost Scatterboo last week, and then they lose to the 49ers. Mac Jones gonna make some money somewhere. He's gonna be another one of those guys that where people were thinking, oh, well, I'll draft Arch. Now it's like, man, I'll probably call Mac Jones and see if I can get a 2-year deal out of him and see who he is.
Somebody else just got hurt on that field too. Somebody else out for the season. MetLife Field. Let me tell y'all, you have got. If I'm the team, if I'm the players, I'm boycotting, or I'm putting it that you're gonna have to pay me 100% of my salary, plus all incentives if I get hurt on this field, because everybody gets hurt. You've now hurt Scatterboo, who is the White Knight. You have now hurt Malik Neighbors, who is the franchise wide receiver. He tore everything. Like, y'all keep getting people hurt on this field, not to mention all the players that don't play for y'all getting hurt, and you refuse to change it.
I couldn't even imagine if this is your home stadium, you have to risk it every week in and week out.
Dang, Reggie always don't play against home. He always on the injury report against home. I'm not playing at MetLife. I would not play at MetLife Stadium. I don't even care about this game. Christian McCaffrey, they decided to give him the ball 100 million times, and they basically ran them over. But I'm not playing. I'm not playing here, dog. I'm not playing. Everybody gets hurt. Why would I keep doing it? That means you don't give a fuck about us,
right?
You don't care.
I think they make that very clear in everything that they do that they don't.
And y'all Jackson Dart fans, look, y'all talking about he's so passionate about the game. He's so sad they lost to San Francisco. Jackson Dart with the Mississippi. They lose all the time. This ain't nothing new. He's used to it.
Red said, get used to losing. This is not something.
He's got so much passion. No, the hell he don't. He's just used to it. He tired. I'm tired of losing. I've been doing it my whole last 5 years.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, 28 carries. That is criminal. They should be going to jail for that. That's not nice. That's not straight.
Beat your ass. And they didn't run McCaffrey in the beginning of the year like that.
And then won't pay you. That's have you begging and pleading for your money. Boy, that's crazy. Next up, Steelers somehow win when you don't expect them to. 27-20 over the Colts after the Colts looked like world beaters. I don't know what to say about this football season. Whatever you believe to be true, it is a lie. And whatever you believe to be a lie, it's true.
So the Steelers did a little bit of coaching. The Steelers have been running basically the base defense all year. Jalen Ramsey and Porter at corner. Jalen Ramsey. I guess if I'm Indianapolis, I'm really mad at Cincinnati because Jamar Chase exposed Jalen Ramsey as being old. But what do most good DBs do nowadays when they're good cornerbacks, but they get a little old, get a little slow, long in the tooth? They go to safety. They put Jalen Ramsey at safety. And instead of running, and they basically call coverages to accentuate his skills as a safety. So they were running more man and cover 4 versus a cover 3. They were blitzing more so that he could jump the route so he didn't have to cover over the top as much. And they caused 5 turnovers. And Indianapolis had not seen that all season. What's interesting about this game is how Indianapolis rebounds, because the knock on Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes, is he's a deer in headlights. Once one thing goes bad, it all goes bad. Unfortunately for the Falcons, we're going to be the guinea pig or experiment because we play them next week in Germany.
In Berlin.
So I think
I
this
want
is
y'all
probably
to just acknowledge how bad things are. All my teams lose. Then my next pro game is a NFL Europe game, so I have to get up early in the morning and don't know what the team is going to give us. I'm never going to have anything nice ever again. But
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor looked like a regular human finally. That was good. He's going to run away with the
The
MVP.
Steelers needed this one.
Offensive player of the year, everything.
Ravens on the way.
What is Mike Tomlin doing? He's just going to just keep doing this forever?
Yeah. Till they decide to mutually part ways, because they're not really going to fire.
No,
they're going to mutually part ways.
And every season he finds a way to win enough games where you would look crazy if you asked to fire the man.
Yeah, he might mess around and win the division this year.
Are they like Super Bowl competitive? I don't
There's
think
not
so.
many Super Bowl competitive teams. There's no Super Bowl. You would assume that there's not really. How many Super Bowl competitive teams are there really? In the NFC South, you would say none. AFC West got two.
Are either one of these teams Super Bowl competitive?
The Broncos are 1,000,000% Super Bowl competitors. The Broncos beat the Texans 18-15 in another fourth quarter comeback. Bo Nix and Sean Payton, they get down and then they come back and whoop ass. Now they did play against the CJ Stroudless Texans after he was knocked out.
That boy right on out of there.
Yeah,
Davis Mills cooked though now. And I just knew they was gonna fall apart. Davis Mills is like, hold on, relax.
Yeah, Davis Mills, Jacoby Brissett. Now he gonna come in as a backup and gonna give you some points, but it ain't gonna be much. But the Broncos are the number one team in the trenches on the offensive line and the number one team in the trenches on the defensive line. And when you can have that, plus Patrick Surtain and Sean Payton calling plays on offense, they can make a crazy run.
Bo Nix and Sean Payton are something. I think I feel comfortable saying that. And that's something that I think came from nothing. And I have to give credit where credit is due. That's impressive. I would have just never picked those two guys and said, you know what? This could be legit. I was wrong.
If I'm Drew Brees, I would never say it out loud. I'm a little tight though. Because if Sean Payton does this with Bo Nix, who's everybody perceived as just like, remember, Sean Payton handpicked him and picked him over other quarterbacks that people were like, and you have Russell Wilson, which you just paid all that money. And it was like, why y'all pick Bo Nix? And Sean Payton was like, nah, trust me, I got it. And if he messes around and win with Bo Nix, who everybody believed is not really a great quarterback, but really was a good one.
You got to give him a lot of credit for identifying his guy.
And Drew Brees, that takes a little chink out of your armor, big dog. I hate to say it. I don't want to be that guy.
His numbers are Drew Brees' numbers so high though that he's kind of like unquestionable.
Yeah, they're that high with Sean Payton. It's kind of like you can't say that about Drew Brees. You can't say that about Bill Belichick and give everything to Brady. And then when Brady goes and does it with somebody else, it'll be like, I told y'all. But then if Sean Payton does it with Drew Brees and then goes and does it with Bo Nix, you gotta have the same energy.
I mean, I guess I think those two different plateaus, so I hadn't even considered it in the same way. I had to think about it some more.
Texans might be through though.
Already?
Yeah. The Colts are 7-2. They ain't making no wild card.
Hold on. Will you say through? I'm talking about, you think long term or just like for this season?
No, I'm talking about this season. No.
Oh, okay.
Long term. Now you can't say long term. Tank Dell leg he got
right. That's the reason. Right. That's the reason the way you said it. I was like, man, it's no way that they can be like done forever.
No, but I mean, you're
Already.
gonna have to pay CJ. You're gonna have to pay Will Anderson. You're gonna have to pay Tank Dell. You've already paid Nico. Um,
Well, you know,
you're
you
gonna have to
got
pay.
the
I think they
you
paid Sting.
gotta.
You're gonna have to play
I
Kamari Lassiter. You got Bullock,
I
the
think
safety.
you're gonna have to redraft. That's the reason you made the Laramie Trunchbull trade, was that you got those draft picks because you're gonna have to redraft because you're not gonna be able to sign everybody.
Yeah, but you got to keep them corners, and corners ain't cheap. Kamari Lassiter was a starter from day one.
You're right. I mean, you see what Detroit did? They spent $1 billion. You got $1 billion? Better find it.
Bills beat the Chiefs. Bills beat the Chiefs 28-21 in a not a surprising game. The Bills own the Chiefs during the regular season, and the Chiefs own the Bills when it matters. So this was not. I mean, it's the truth. The Bills always beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Patrick Mahomes whooping their ass in the postseason.
That boy pulled that pissed out from under that table. Oh, when it matters. Well played, sir.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You are right. You are correct. And I did think that Mahomes was gonna find a way to magic this thing, and just didn't. It just really never kind of materialized in the way I think that the Chiefs wanted it to. Bills look good.
This game, Bills are inconsistent. They finally starting to give the ball more to James Cook now, and said, you know what, we'll figure it out from here. I look for the Chiefs to be
Bayless
active
about to hurt himself about third downs with no James Cook, boy.
Who?
Skip Bayless about to hurt himself about James Cook and not in on third down.
Oh yeah. I look for the Chiefs to be buyers at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get a running back, man. Pacheco's hurt. I do like Kareem Hunt, who they said is it's not the tush push, it's the Hunt bunt. On 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, he's like 95% of converting those, or something crazy like that. So I think they need a running back. They've got just about everything else.
Is there
Maybe
anything
consolidate all them receivers into one good one?
Where can you get a running back from?
The Falcons.
No, Lord.
The Cardinals. Cardinals, everybody hurt. They got 3 of them.
They still got 3?
But 2. One's hurt.
Right. Then you ain't gonna get, if they only got 2, they not giving you one. Now the Dolphins, you might be able to get one from.
Who else is on fire sale? Breece Hall. They want a 3rd for Breece.
Oh yeah. Breece would be
good. You can go get one.
Breece would be great, honestly. I don't know.
Frustrated for everybody else in the game.
I don't think that anybody will honestly allow you to do that. You can't trade them, Breece.
Not in the AFC. If he was in the NFC, they would do it.
Bro, we will not speak to you ever again if you trade Mahomes. Breece, are you trying to just? Yeah,
Zamir White from the Raiders would be a good one. You got Ashton Genty. You're not gonna keep him. He'd be another good guy. The Colts. I mean, not the Colts. The Texans got like 4 decent running backs.
Yeah, but they're none of them really. Nick Chubb ain't been chubbing. Is there Mixon? The other one they got? Not Mexican. Old boy from Florida. But all of it ain't been great. And then this trade deadline,
Kenneth Walker from Seattle. They don't play like
this trade deadline should be interesting because teams need to upgrade. But I don't see this as the most desirable market to be trying to upgrade in. I don't think it's a lot out there. I don't love it.
You could get Kenneth Walker from Seattle. I mean, Seattle. But if I'm Seattle, I don't know if I mess with the chemistry of that team as they just beat we told y'all Commanders. Falcons fans told y'all. Commanders. We told y'all. As now, I will say Seattle 38-14, and it wasn't close. It wasn't even that close.
Well, see, the tricky part about this was that number one. His name is Sam Darnold, not Scam Darnold.
Good job.
I'm taking to see out your name. I think that he is entitled to some level of compensation for the New York Jets for ruining his identity. I think that we need to investigate the New York Jets and how they will ruin you and make you look like you might not be a good football player when it's really that they're just a really terrible organization. Minnesota Vikings, you played yourself. I think if he's going to continue to be this good, you played yourself.
21 of 24, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception, which means he was really 21 of 22 of 24. He just threw the ball to the wrong person. So the ball hit the ground twice.
Correct. I think that Seattle has, at least for the foreseeable future, knocked this out of the park. Y'all need to go ahead and re-sign him now.
They already talking about giving him a 3-year deal so he can, by the time he's done, he'll be 33. And then you could 3-year it on out for the rest of his career. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba. They probably need another wide receiver, although Torrey Horton played a hell of a game.
Right.
You
could probably kind of you could probably put together just some guys who are looking for changes of scenery. And you could probably, like if I'm Stephon Diggs, I might be interested in coming over here. I think that at the end of the season, he's probably not going to have a great Patriot season. I think he's going to be looking to go somewhere where he could probably get some more targets. And I think that'll be fantastic. That level of guy is more what I'm saying. Like a guy who's, I'm not trying to go somewhere and start over with the young guy. And I'm also might not be at the point where I'm just going to give up all of my money and go chase with Mahomes either. Like this could be a happy medium team for a guy.
I don't know. Diggs is on pace for 90 catches and 1,100 yards.
What did he have this weekend?
Nothing. I think he had a touchdown. Stephon Diggs had 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see if he wants to stay in New England past this season.
Yeah, I'd take him in Atlanta. Ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, him in the slot, or even and put Mooney in the slot.
It depends on what he thinks he's worth too. That's the biggest
I'm
thing.
not paying you $40 million. But, I mean, he gonna be asking for the money, and we know why.
But see, that's the thing. I like that guy. If you can find a guy who's kind of good, but not asking for 40, might only be asking for 15,
What's
16, 17,
good?
18. What we had in Darnell Mooney in the first year, that level good.
So 1,000, he had 995 yards receiving, didn't
he? Yeah.
So a 1,000-yard receiver for $15 million.
I mean, you're not gonna. If we sign you to a contract for 3 years, you're gonna probably be a 1,000-yard receiver one of those 2 years. In the other 2 years, you're probably gonna give me about 700, 750.
If I'm Seattle, I would go all in with Brian Thomas Jr. And I'll have Brian Thomas Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba. You have Tyreek Woolen, who they need, who you could probably use as trade bait. You have a couple
but you're
other
not
players.
getting. I'm not paying. They want a first plus for Brian Thomas Jr. Probably not giving a first plus.
I'll give you what. Well, I'm sure you can negotiate because you're gonna be. If they're as good as we think they are, they're gonna be at the end of the first round anyway.
Now, that is a consideration. That makes it way closer to a second.
So then at that point, and out of the receivers coming out, if you need a receiver in the first round, I don't really see anybody that I've seen so far better than Brian Thomas Jr. that we've seen.
I guess you are. I
Unless
don't
you're
love.
talking about 2027, then I'm not giving
Yes,
that up because now you got Jeremiah Smith, you got Ryan Williams, you got
right.
all of these other
That's
guys.
the real trick bag about this draft is people are more, I think, ready for next year's not the one coming up, but the one after. This draft, I don't know if it's anything in the draft that is like I have to have.
You're right. But ladies and
Uh,
gentlemen, that has come to the end of episode 2 or the NFL segment of episode 206. Shout out to Master P. The University of New Orleans upsets
Lord.
TCU in basketball in his first game as the GM or president of basketball or something. He just took that role at the University of New Orleans and they upset TCU 78-74. The Privateers.
You think that TCU is upset about losing to the No Limit Soldiers?
No. They're probably out there getting autographs. Kaya Anthony had 15 points off the bench. Now, I'm sure they didn't play anybody.
He be hooping.
Yeah, they played Binghamton.
Also, I forgot. I didn't put this in the basketball thing, but no better time than the present to address this. The Pelicans are currently 0-6. If you're going to be a supporter of this podcast, we're going to be on Pelican Watch every game because we own their first round pick this year unprotected. And this year's draft should be very good. And that draft pick has a very high potential to be a very good draft pick.
They had a second one too that they traded away. They had 2 top picks this year.
They both traded because I know we traded ours to San Antonio.
No, they traded one last year.
I kind of read that, but I didn't exactly understand all of that. I got to go back and look at that. But I know the one that we have is unprotected, and it is the best situation between us, Milwaukee, and them. Milwaukee's still doing their absolute best to try to win games, and Giannis looks motivated. But the Pelicans are winless. And I went ahead and looked at the next 2 weeks. It looks like they are on pace to do a lot more losing.
They traded their 2026 first round unprotected pick to the Hawks for Derek Queen. They also held the Indiana Pacers 2026 first round pick.
Oh, you're right.
Which they traded back to the Pacers for a 2025 first round pick.
That was like during the playoffs or something too. I remember that vividly.
Yes. So they would have had, and they actually got that as the 23rd overall pick, which they traded to Atlanta, plus the pick for next year to go get Derek Queen. So you would have had 2 top picks because the Pacers are going to be asked. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton's hurt.
Oh, and Obi Toppin probably done for at least the rest of the year, and I would assume probably the rest of the season. Stress fracture.
So you would have had, you could have gotten Boozer and AJ DeBenson. And you could have moved off. You could have moved off Zion. You could have moved off a lot of people. But
and you still have, the crazy part is the roster is still solid. I just don't understand. You're getting punished by 30 points and not at least playing Derek Queen and let him get some minutes on the floor if you're going to lose and you don't have control of your pick. That's the reason that the Hawks didn't tank. Because we didn't have control of our picks. Doesn't make any sense to lose, help somebody else's draft position. Least you could do is play your guys and let them get some experience.
Yeah,
they're gonna fire Willie Green though, but I think that whole Pelican situation has been bad, and everybody is better getting out of there.
Worst situation: Pelicans, Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, Oakland A's.
Woo! Oakland A's. Oakland A's is the no. Oakland A's is not the worst situation. I'm gonna tell you why. because they're going to get rich on the. They just have to go through. Once you get on the other side of the tunnel, it's going to be milk and honey. They're going to print their own money. They will be fine. I think that Cleveland Browns situation is so bad because you're attached to your boy and also what he's attached to. I think that's the worst part. Like the Pelicans, the Pelicans will eventually, everybody will just disseminate and kind of go in their own direction. The Cleveland Browns, you're stuck with Watson and besmirched by the rumors that comes with. And you're with him for a minute too. And you drafted 2 quarterbacks that won't have a place to play next year.
So Cleveland's worse than Cincinnati.
Cleveland Browns is the current worst situation in sports, other than maybe the Los Angeles Clippers. I think the Clippers only.
I'm about to say Clippers. I take the Clippers versus Cleveland. But ladies and gentlemen,
What? You are under a federal investigation. One thing to lose. I do not want to be investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm good.
We come to the end of episode 206 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I ain't about to get us canceled today. Not today. With that being said, Nord, if we ain't miss anything, take us out.
Now I want to know what you was gonna say. With that being said, I'm sure we will find out here soon and very soon. Number 1, more Black baseball. Number 2, insert whatever you want to right here, just as long as it doesn't get us canceled. Number three, the historically Black college university. Your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, the person used to laugh kiki in the back of church. Send some money over there. The historically Black college university in your neighborhood. As we conclude this homecoming season, y'all continue to be safe. Send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year the university was founded. Yeah, we out of here. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Please like, follow, subscribe.
Your boy Jared Jones already said there's one trade that he can make after they lost 27-17, and he's probably about to make it, which means he's about to probably trade for either Trey Hendrickson or Miles.
He just said that right now?
17 minutes ago.
Yo, Jerry is man know how to make good TV. Man is amazing.
And then said, I ain't even worried about the defense. I'm going to go get, if it happens, it happens. I got $100 billion worth of oil money I got to try to get, is what he said.
Well, I think that is a great stopping point. We are out of here. And, of course, we will talk about Jared next time we see y'all. Y'all be safe. Adios, mi amigos.